We're back. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. We're going to get for joining us. We're going to get right into it. And by the way, I apologize in advance. My ADHD meds ran out, so I may be all over the damn place tonight. Who the fuck knows? Either way, welcome back to Evandale and the Vox and Quill channel. Hello, everybody. Hello, players.
Hi.
There you are.
Hi there. Hi. Hi
We
there.
all have ADHD. Hello.
Oh, no.
And I'm unmedicated as well today, so it's a fucking party today.
It's just going to be, okay, so you see an ogre coming over the hill who's eating a turkey leg.
I want to seduce it.
I was thinking about making turkey legs the other day, and it's going to be horrific. Anyway, a quick little shout out. Hey, squirrel. That's exactly what it is. Weave and roll. What's up? First time chat. Folk and Myth, always a good friend. If you guys don't know anything about Folk and Myth, then you absolutely should. And quite frankly, this is one of those channels that just needs more followers because their production quality and everything about them and their storytelling ability is fucking amazing. Truly. They deserve like tens of thousands of followers, and so you should go follow. Folk and Myth is fucking awesome. So if you like VTM content, or like Vampire the Masquerade, or you like any other kind of content like TTRPGs, D&D, actual plays, Folk and Myth is where you want to go. What? I heard it. Yeah, I know. We're all under the influence of the neurospice. We are all spicy here. Yeah, exactly. It's just like So anyway, we're getting right into it. You may notice that we are down by about 6 players. So the game now currently has 5 players. We had one just due to life commitments and needed to go. But the others will be back soon enough. And so we send our love to everyone who is there and also not here, but should be in, or excuse me, is in spirit, but not in body. Either way, we love you guys, and we hope that life. See, told you, fucking ADHD. It's all over the place.
They're all having out-of-body experiences.
I'm having an out-of-body experience.
Are we doing like announcements and stuff? Or are we waiting for that?
No. Let's do them. Let's get them out of the way and do the good stuffs. What do you got?
Well, we could do intros because I know Ethereus has some announcements too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll start with Ethereus.
Oh, okay.
Let's get right into it.
So, yes, hi, my name is Ethereus Bordeaux. I'm Vampire Himbo on most platforms. The easiest way to follow me everywhere is to go to linktree.com/vampirehimbo. Right now, you can catch me on the smash hit Castleton, playing Phineas Revelborn, host of Good Morning Castleton. I'll be opening up all of those episodes. Additionally, if you are a Philly by Night fan, and if you enjoyed that Camarilla episode that we did in like 1987,
that was so good.
We are doing our second episode, and it's already shaped up to be. Aaron has done such a phenomenal job with the vignettes that now, like, returning to this story, I feel like we know so much about who these characters are and the interconnected nature of their relationships, so that'll be fun. And then yesterday, I'm very happy to announce I finally began production on my first TTRPG podcast. It's called Saints Curiosities. It's very, very fun. I am playing a conspiracy theorist, and this is the 90s. So again, this is like Mothman, not QAnon. This is like when conspiracy theories were like fun and innocuous. And so it's very like coast to coast vibes. And yeah, I live in a fire watchtower, and I have a pirate radio station that kind of narratively frames the story. So yeah, those things are coming out. I feel like that is it. I'm going to feel terrible if I forgot something.
It's all right. So the vampire game that you were talking about is going to take place on the Anka Crit channel, which is a sister channel to us, right here on Vox and Quill. So go follow that if you like that kind of content, because you can see a lot of these same faces over there as well. Who's next?
I'll go next since I'm below.
Yes.
Speaking of more vampires. Hi, I'm Erin My Laundry. I need a job, so if you're a game developer, hire me. And
Same.
I'm gonna just shoot my shot. And we are doing a bunch of really fun stuff on Philly by Night. We just did a charity stream where we raised money for Galay, and Philadelphia Printworks had a couple merch drops for them. and our next game is on Saturday with the Anarch 2 coterie, and then Sunday the 16th with Aetherius' coterie, the Camarilla. And our Anarch 2 campaign will now feature Northwolf 911 and our very own Yudi.
Yes.
And also join the TTRPG Collective. And I will pass it over to Yudi.
Hello. So I'm Yudi and the Beast. That's at Yudi and the Beast, literally everywhere. Most importantly on Threads, the only place that really matters.
Look, yes.
You will definitely be seeing me on Saturday as my first episode with the Philly by Night crew. I'm so excited to become a part of that. So definitely go follow the Ain't Got Crit sister channel so you can go ahead and watch all of those and catch up on all of the other episodes that have been absolutely amazing. And then we're gonna be here every Tuesday too. And also I'm going to be doing a charity stream with Roll D5 on the 21st for Pride. So that's gonna be so much fun. I got to play with them last month. I'm super excited I got to play with them again this month. And a lot of exciting stuff that's gonna happen next month, but I don't want to talk about it because you don't want to jinx it, right? So we're not talking about that yet.
Gang, once I just realized my freezer is open. I'm gonna attend to that.
Oh my god!
Run!
Are we cooling the whole neighborhood?
Like
or
I said,
what?
we're just fucking all over the place with our nerve spicy tonight.
Unmedicated.
We are unmedicated. This is going to be
Unmedicated
unhinged.
Statement.
It's just the way it is.
I just realized my freezer was open.
I was like, hold on for a second. I think my house is on fire.
Oh man, but that was it for me for right now. All the announcements will be at the beginning of next month, so just wait for that.
It's
I'm
awesome.
so excited. Yeah, but I can't talk about it yet, so it's just like
That is the worst.
Welcome to the NDA life. It's just the way it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the thing. Anyway, my name's SJ. I created the world of Avondale. Hi. This is exactly where this campaign is taking place, in the country of Mütvia, dark realm. Is it North Center or so? If you like kind of dark fantasy and horror, that's exactly what you're going to get tonight. So, trigger warning. I'm pulling out all the stops. We're gonna investigate some nightmares tonight. We're gonna find out exactly what that is like. And all of this came together in like the last 5 minutes. So we will. So we're gonna find out what's going on. Anything else before we get going?
Can I just say something really cool that just happened?
Yeah.
I just got a message from somebody in the Neopets community that said that it's the 2-year anniversary of this really cool storytelling competition that I facilitated when I worked there. And they wanted to honor it by having an audiobook recording of it. So we had a couple Neopians do an audiobook recording and then
No
sent me the
shit.
link.
Oh, that is so dope.
Cool.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I am actually surprised
so
we have not
wholesome.
talked about that chapter because millennial kids know what's up. They were there at ground zero with Neopets.
So if anybody here doesn't know what the hell that Aaron is talking about, you may know Aaron if you are part of the Neopets community and you read the Neopian Times and stuff like that. You may know Aaron better as
Just Mac, but that was in 2022, so it's very nippy time.
And nonetheless, if you're around in that community, then you would certainly know Mac. Well, that's Mac. Alrighty, let's see. Please tell me a link to work. You're actually wait, what? Please send me a tell with your link to your work. I'm actually in design at the moment. It says weave and roll.
Nice.
We love
You?
that. That's to you.
To me?
Yes, to you.
What?
Yes, to you. Aaron,
Okay.
to you. Yes.
I hear, hold on. I have to read with my eyes. What's happening? Okay, I will send. We can start the game.
That is correct,
I will
yeah.
read and send.
Aaron and I are both in game design. I gotta throw my shit out there too. So
Yeah.
hey, Aetherius.
I mean, wait, if
Pull-
you guys are
can
gonna
you-
throw your shit out there, both
Pull
me
back
and
from the
Aetherius
when
do
you are
marketing.
chewing. Pull back from the mic a little.
Oh my god. Thank you. I hate that. I have misophonia or whatever that is. So I am.
It's a thing.
Wait, what? Wait, what was Yudi gonna say though? Oh, yeah.
Are we?
You were gonna say something, but Steve said something, so I was going back to.
Oh, that if you were gonna throw your shit, I think both me and Aetherius do marketing as well. So there's that. I write. So there's that too.
All right,
We're all throwing our
we're
shit.
getting everyone together. By the way, before we get going, one last announcement. Did anyone else have anything new to add into this? No? Okay. If you are interested in supporting the stream, I have turned off ads. The way that Twitch is running ads now is that if we run 3 minutes per 60 minutes, we get 55% of the cut. If we go below 3 minutes, we get 30% of the cut. There is no amount of money that is worth breaking up a story. That includes that which is told by you out there in chat. So I have turned off ads. Pre-roll ads, those that you see when you first come into the channel, may still be there, but at least no ads will now be run. So if you are interested in supporting the channel, a subscription, like a sub, you can absolutely do that. That definitely helps. And in fact, if you sub to the channel, you're it honestly helps everyone here because it goes into a fund that also assists in the equipment and stuff like that. So full transparency, that's where the money goes. This is after the production costs are taken care of. So FYI. However, if you don't have the cash, because very few of us do these days, don't worry about it. There is also channel points in the lower left corner of the chat. It looks like the little Evandale E. Build those things up because you'll be able to heal a hero. You'll also be able to stop NPCs from doing things. And if you guys give me ideas in the chat as to other things that you would like your channel points to be spent on, let me know. And lastly, if you start up a hype train, which is usually bits thrown, etc., bits and subs or gifted subs, etc., if you start a hype train, the players all receive bonuses. The more the hype train, the more the bonuses they receive. And they can even combine them upwards of like plus 15, plus 16 per roll. So it's just a little option for you guys if you want to be involved. And lastly, communicate in the chat. If an NPC or a creature or something like that is thinking something, type it out in quotes. Highlight your message with channel points if you so wish, and I'll read it. I should be able to catch most of this stuff, and I just might be able to incorporate what you are saying directly into the game. You are also storytellers here. In fact, all of Evandale has been created through collaborative story play. So that's where we are, and welcome back to Mütvia. Let me kick this up, because I have a feeling this is going to be a thing. Let's get this, let's get this, and let's get this. There we are. Where we left off, everyone was sitting around the campfire. Some of you have just come across each other for the very first time. Marcy, you had erupted into life out of an undead being in this horrific land. Elias, you had come from a foreign nation here and have not exactly been treated well as a foreigner in this incredibly xenophobic country. Delia, you are of this nation, one of a class of people known as the Drosti. You travel here and there, and your ways are to speak with the land. And yet somehow, someway, through your various different backgrounds, you all managed to come together. This is your very first night, sitting around a campfire. And then the horror begins. Cards were drawn. Delia, can you tell us more about the fate deck that you presented?
Okay, put me on the spot, Steve. No, just kidding.
Roleplay!
Yes, so the Fate deck is something that usually just the Vrojitir, like the spiritual leader of my people, has. And I've been training with her for basically my whole life, or ever since I was brought into the Drosti. And when we met these strangers on the road, aka the rest of the party, we were at a crossroads, physically and metaphorically. We were celebrating meeting these new people and celebrating the crossroad, but I didn't know we were also celebrating me earning essentially my own fate deck. I was told that now I would be the spiritual leader of this group of people and hopefully lead them and help us on our journey. I was given this fate deck, a physical deck. I put it before the players, and whoever was inclined to do so would draw a card. Now, everybody being, well, us, everybody was inclined. Then fate chose how many cards we would each pull and what would happen when those cards were drawn. For some people, it was boons. Elias got a boon to his strength and his abilities. For some of us, it was not such a good fate that the cards had in store for them. We did have our sorcerer go immediately blind, and our void elf just lose the use of one of her arms, to say a few. Delia chose not to pull from the cards simply because she felt like fate to her was already kind of at play just by her being given the deck. And so she did not pull any cards. But I believe we have just pulled the cards and seen what fate has in store for us. Yeah.
As the campfire begins to die down just a little bit until just the embers are the only things remaining, most people have already gone to sleep. Some of you, not trusting the Mütvian woods, decided to go back into the wagons, into the caravan which had been lining up on the road, namely those that had been brought by Delia's family. Others are around as well, and that includes a rather large Drosti of Delia's family, one by the name of Bolivar, who is, along with the other Drosti, is across the way, leaving just these 6 around the fire. Most people started going to sleep. Can you tell me what it is that kept you 3 up?
I don't think I know how to sleep.
Okay.
And also being an elf, I
That's
don't
cool.
think they sleep anyways. They more meditate. So I think I was just kind of watching everybody.
The feel absolutely sleep, yeah.
I didn't think so. I'm sorry.
You must be thinking of a system called Dungeons and Dragons. We don't play that.
I'm not, because when Eric played his elf, he just meditated in Untimely Heroes.
Okay.
But either way, she probably doesn't know how to sleep, so she's just kind of watching them and like copying their actions, and then like realizing nothing's happening, and then trying something else.
I'm going to say that Elias is up out of horror and concern for my dear friend Vin. And as was mentioned, he was blinded. We left out the eye melting part, which I was like, that's
a
some
thing.
good marketing. Yeah, right there. You just gotta, there's some parts. Vin, who was played by our lovely friend Chris, had his eyeballs melt out of his sockets. And so I imagine at this point, Elias is comforting Vin, who has just recently fallen asleep, and is racking his mind for anything, whether it is ability that he possesses or whether it is like a social connection he has. He's searching for solutions right now. He's kind of like spitballing in his brain.
I feel like Delia, she's thinking a lot about kind of what just happened, because the others don't know right? The Drosti traditions and what it really means for her to have been like given this deck by the Vrojiti. And so I feel like she's just thinking about kind of like what it means for her and what it means for this group of people, and just really deep in thought to where she doesn't really think she's going to be able to get much sleep.
Some time goes by, and the coals get even darker. Delia, you recognize... You know what? Fuck it. First roll of the evening. Everyone give me a perception check.
Ooh. Thank you, Genbunite, for the sub.
Yes, absolutely. Genbunai, thank you. That's amazing. Thank you.
Where's my perception? There it is.
Left side, yeah, on the left side of your character sheets.
And that will be a dirty 20.
Oh, fuck yes.
Does the...
Does the what?
I was trying to see if it kind of automatically added our...
It will, did you click on the perception on the left side?
Yes.
I don't see your roll.
Yeah, I clicked it and it's not rolling.
The D20? There's like a little D20 icon in the red section on the left side.
Yeah. There it is.
There we go. Whoa.
Oh, you got cute dice.
20, yeah, and you can customize those. And eventually, the chat will also be able to see them. So we have a 20, an 18, and a 22. Every single one of you heard the snap of a twig out there in the woods. Heads turn. You see a large animal, in this case a bear, sniffing around, smelling whatever it was that was just cooking over the fire, but also realizing that people are there, continues to move away. There's some, in the distance across the road, some talk from Bolivar and others who are gathered around that campfire. But Elias, it was the whisper in your right ear that caught you off guard. You're muted.
You're muted.
Can I hear what the whisper is saying? Is there saying anything intelligible?
No, it seems distant. It's very much a...
Oh, shit. Among our group, I'm assuming Vin and Belle are sleeping at this point. It's just the three of us that are awake.
Yeah, everyone else is now asleep.
Okay.
And you guys have been out around the fire for a while. People ended up going to bed for a while, like a while ago. And even the campfire across the way, Bolivar's camp and the rest of everyone of Delia's family, even that fire has died down and you can hear snoring in the distance.
Elias has a jerk physical reaction as he feels like the lightning of kind of unsuspecting sound or just being jolted. And he's going to cast a glance over to Delia. Even though he's frustrated with Delia for having melted the eyes of his like longtime friend, he is. That's what they all say. He is trying to gauge if that sound, if the phenomena he just experienced was something that was experienced by the group, but in particular because it may have a magical like flavor or je ne sais quoi.
Role play it out. Don't tell us what your character's thinking, dude. We don't have ESP here. Act it out. Communicate.
Yeah, I think in this instance, he's just observing. He's trying to see if there is a reaction on their part. Perfect. And if they had the same kind of...
He's the only one that heard it, right?
No, everyone else did as well.
Ooh.
And that's when you notice it. Elias's glance across the fire kind of awakens the suspicions in your mind. And that's when your ears kind of move of their own volition, and you can hear that. That's dope. I love those ears.
Wait, hold on. You heard that, right?
Yes.
Yes. Give me a second. And you're gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and detect magic again. So you guys would just see her eyes kind of just glow again, how cats do that mirror thing with their eyes. Do I detect anything? I think it is
Oh, you don't have to worry about it. I'll tell you right
30
now.
feet. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no one roll any dice unless I ask you to, because I have a feeling you guys are going to be able to carry this strictly through story. So fuck the rules. Let's dare to suck. We're going to have an amazing story. Delia. The scintillating colors of all the various kinds of magic in the world begin to swirl around, and just outside in your periphery, the details in front of you are at first a little bit blurry as you begin seeking a vision that comes from beyond. Your vision gets clear again. The colors start fading away. There doesn't seem to be any magic present in the immediate area.
Nothing magical. It might be a creature.
And you're certain about this? You're sure it's not more of your fates?
Everything is the fates. I mean, there is no magic being used.
Elias is going to cast a glance to where Vin is sleeping. And Steve, above table, like I feel like Elias would have tried to use like every tool in his like toolbox to heal Vin. And
Okay.
I want to know how that would work, like either mechanically or narratively.
When his
You give me a
character's here,
scene.
then we can cover that.
Okay, so he's just blind and sleeping. He is fine for
He
the time
probably
being.
had enough trauma, went into the wagon, and just passed out from exhaustion. Mental
Got
exhaustion,
it.
or like emotional exhaustion at this point.
Well, Delia, you'll forgive me if I don't believe you outright, especially given you could have warned us. I mean, Elias gestures to Mercy and their hand, which they don't have any like autonomy over presently. There was some pretty serious consequences for what seemed like a very harmless game.
There's nothing really I could have warned you about. It's what the fates decide. I don't know what would have happened. And I didn't make you take the card. But no, there is no magic. Like I said, it might be a beast.
It might not be part of this world. It might be hidden. And I'm gonna fade into the daydreams.
Wow. So,
So basically, what you see is she had been cradling her hands this whole time, kind of just like manually moving the fingers and stuff. And as she does that, it's like it almost looks like pieces of her like sprinkle off like glitter in the wind, and then that sort of like goes up her arms and shoulders, and her whole aura sort of like what's it fucking called? The guy, Thanos, kind of looks Thanos-y for a minute. And then I just sort of like fade into, I'm not hidden, but I'm concealed. So you can like kind of see me, but I'm more in tune now with the dream world.
when you fade into it, the very first thing that you see is the other two that are gathered around the campfire. They shift. This is the first time you've ever done this. They shift, and as they shift, it kind of like the world goes, and you can see that a copy of them, overlaid, mostly transparent, is now separate from them. And at first they're mimicking their actions, but as conversation occurs and that fades into the distance until it's just an echoing blur, you can see that their thoughts or their dreams or their hopes are now beginning to take on a different action or movement. Whereas Elias might be sitting exactly as we see Elias now, kind of the head tilted off to the side. This one sits up, looks over at you, and seems to look right through you. You look around by any chance?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and move over to Elias and kind of like kneel before him so I'm eye level to him, and kind of just like curiously like a dog when they hit like a certain tone, and kind of like look at his copy.
You do. What do you do? Because your action is going to cause your flights of imagination to spill into their world.
I'm gonna go over to. So you see, so Elias would see, because you can kind of see me but not see me. You could see sort of like a shimmer of me consider something right in front of you, and then you, as I turn my attention to Vin, and I notice that Elias is very, very, like, I can sense, like, empathetically, like, his forlorn and sad and, like, wants his friend to be better. So I go over to Vin.
Who's in the wagon? Everyone else is in the wagons now, right?
Oh, I thought he was sleeping by the thing. Then fuck, I'm not going to go all the way over to the wagon. That's silly.
I mean, it's right there. I'm just placing things out for you.
What is Dahlia's counterpart doing?
Being attacked. When you look up, you can see Delia just sitting there around the fire, and then the imagination, the thought now stands up, whips around, and as it does, Delia's eyes are almost like high beams, turning around and just displaying an entire audience of spirits that are completely surrounding this entire encampment. And that's when all of them gather. You can hear distant voices of different families, some of which are in a torturous state. Others are completely at peace, many of them beginning fighting. And all of them, over the course of time, you kind of notice that like all of them are traveling towards one direction. But even then, Delia, every now and then, something swipes out and begins to attack. Delia, can I have a will save, please?
Let's go. All right. Will. Where would that be on here?
Left side, in the red section. You'll see it'll say like fortitude, reflex, and will on the left side.
I see them.
Yeah, just click the little D20.
Let's go. Oof.
16.
16.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't notice anything. Mercy, you see that as the claws of a shade start coming through, they rip through Delia's form and even drag essences of her spirit along with it.
Yeah. No thanks. I'm gonna do a phase bolt. So like what I do, so this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna role play it out. So Mercy, I cannot use this arm. Mercy reaches out her left hand to try to like almost put the pieces of Delia back together. And it comes out as she moves her fingers, each one casts this like dart and merges into one phase bolt that is going to try to slice the thing attacking her in half.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your attack on that.
Yes, I shall do that. Where's my thing? Phase bolt, cast. Okay. Did I cast it? Oh, there it is. Attack. Oh my god, I got a +7. 14?
You see the very first one like whizzes by just as a spirit who had attacked her now turns around and looks at you, bringing its attention straight to you. Every other spirit is still moving forward.
I'll do it again.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm going to do my second attack. Oh, yeah, 17.
So now that you've caught its attention, it goes out and completely shocks them. Describe what happens and roll for damage.
Okay, so it creates, so everything is sort of this like purple and black kind of world. So you see like this shimmering essence of mercy, and then this phase bolt kind of rip in electrically, and it sort of like illuminates this creature behind Dahlia, and it sort of starts to fractal and shatter this entity.
So as you do, and the bolt begins to, and you can see like cracks beginning to form, you begin seeing some of its own essence as it looks down, and it seems to concentrate, almost squeezing its hands in such a fashion as if to suggest it's putting its body back together. It exerts its own will and isn't exactly healing itself, but at least is preventing that bolt from having torn it apart. Now that it sees you, it's going to attack.
Well, do I get one more action?
How many actions is a phase bolt?
1.
Oh, yeah. Hell, fuck yeah. Go ahead.
I think so. Hold on. Yeah. Is it 1? Hold on.
Usually they're 2.
It's
Yep,
cantrip
phase bolt
1.
2.
Oh, phase bolt 2. Yeah.
It's 2
okay.
actions.
Never mind.
It's okay.
Oh, then I couldn't have even done the second one.
Sure you did, because we weren't in...
We made it happen.
Yeah, we made it happen. So, no, it's totally dope. So, yeah, it rips through. It comes over and is... I'm looking at my screens. Here we go. Dahlia, Mercy, you are there. It lashes out in a gruesome strike, extending its arm even further out than it even should.
Jesus.
It hits with a critical hit, swiping you directly across your face, almost as if, though, it was aiming for that finger that had dared to do such damage to it. It's going to roll crit damage.
Oh, my God. I'm...
You see those around the fire. Your friend, who just kind of went... fall down to the ground as if no time had taken place. Something immediately attacked, and you pick up at nothing anywhere else that may have done this.
What? Okay, so do you become
Pathfinder.
like completely corporeal again when she faints?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's corporeal. And she's
So we
conscious.
saw-
Her eyes are open, and it's just like it's very, very much out of it.
But I got 0 HP.
Mercy? And we see none of the threats, right? Or at least
Correct.
Elias doesn't?
Correct.
What? Delia, is
What
this your
happened?
fucking fates again? Jesus, you need to be warning us about this.
I don't know what the fates decide. The fates, it's the world, it's the land. Mercy, what did you see? What happened?
You are conscious.
She can't.
You are, yeah, as I said, you are conscious. Yeah.
Oh,
You're just
okay.
you're out of it.
Oh, okay. That was very, very lucky. Cool.
You're still at 0, but that's how we're carrying out zeros now. Your conscious is just that he can't take any action.
Okay. Okay. You see Mercy just sort of like look above. Is the thing above like constantly tied to Dahlia?
The thing.
The thing that I attacked.
You don't see it anymore. You look around and they are not there.
Am I able to speak?
Barely, but yeah.
Monster. Monster. And I'm gonna like kind of like try to get up.
It's unfortunately you just find gravity to be too much of a challenge for you at this moment.
can I cast my first spell ever? And like,
In any game ever?
I typically avoid magic casters, but what I want to do is kind of establish the like texture and the feel through which Elias like manipulates life in this plane and,
Sure, yeah.
how it works. And I'd like to think that there is a sonic quality to it.
Okay.
A lot of what Elias does, particularly for something like this, the spell I want to cast is protection.
Okay.
And so you see Elias lean over Mercy concerned and snap. And as he snaps right above his hand, in the same way when the light hits a crystal, it casts those prisms. It's pride. I'm going to throw some rainbow shit in here for no reason. You see a kind of brief flash of that where it's almost like, imagine the kind of flash that you get in your eyes when someone snaps when you see like an actual flash, but in this case it has the hues of a prism cast from a crystal, and so it's very quick. But Elias is going to attempt to cast protection over Mercy because he has no fucking idea what is happening.
Sure. Protection is. Oh, I see it here. Okay, cool. Cool. 1 second. I'm adding it to your Foundry worksheet. I didn't realize that your spells weren't on there. So there is protection. Okay, cool. I can see it now. Yeah, you have a 10-foot. Oh no, that's it for your 3rd level. Okay, so you ward a creature against harm. They're going to receive a +1 status bonus. They just have to be willing, and you reach out and you touch.
I'm going to touch the side of Mercy's face like, oh, Mercy, it's all right. I need you to calm down. Snaps, and I'm going to cast protection.
Okay, you do. As you get close to Mercy, you can also tell that Mercy's body is not doing well. They're about to enter, well, rather, they are already in a dying state, and they will need stabilization.
I walk over to Mercy when I see him cast that, and I put a hand on his shoulder and I go, here, let me. And I have, oh my God, it's called Root to Life. Mm-hmm. So, dying creature, I immediately stabilize them.
Oh, fuck yes.
So I use herbs. So it's like a tradition of connecting flowers and plants as like a connecting the boundary between life and death. And so if I place it on her, it kind of connects her to life, and a dying creature immediately stabilizes. She is no longer dying and just stays at 0 HP.
Mercy, you know that your life force is just so new to this world, was already leaving you, and the void was now trying to reclaim you, and then you could find your body like gating. When you first inhabited this realm, you literally exploded out of an undead creature. That is what a void elf does here, a Fadil. However, it took a little bit of getting used to as your soul found and bound itself into your new physical form. When that occurred, you felt the void beginning to reclaim you, and that lifeless husk already beginning to decay. When that happened, life bound you into that body once more, and you could feel that flesh sleeve all around you. And you seem to be okay now.
Damn.
Feel the heel. Yeah, exactly.
No, I like flesh sleeve.
Flesh
like
sleeve.
You really had to.
That was a choice we made.
Yeah. So
During
I
Pride
basically,
Week, please.
So I basically, so I grabbed some flowers and herbs that were tied up, and on the hand that you can't really feel anymore because it kind of doesn't work anymore. Put that on your hand, and then put that over your chest like this, and so you could feel it in your chest, and it's essentially like the life, and it's like rooting you to your body so that you don't continue dying.
Just for...
That's a medicine check, right?
No, it's a... It's called Root to Life. It's just like a thaumaturge thing that I have.
Copy that. Okay, cool.
So
I got you here.
It does take an action, though.
Oh,
to do.
yeah. No, I got you. So I see it here. And you're spending 1 or 2 actions.
I'm gonna spend 1, and then if I see that it is like continuous damage, so she's still, so for
No
example, if
persistent,
she was
yeah.
poisoned or anything that's persistent, then I would use the second action to roll and try to get rid of that.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we're going to do away with the roll. You apply. Can you roll a d8 for me?
How do I choose my little dice?
Oh, and the dice, if you look in the
chat.
upper right corner, click on the little chat bubbles, the icon all the way to the left. There you go.
I found it.
Yay. Mercy.
Yeah.
As those herbs start touching you, you can feel whatever life that they once had in them transferred over to you. You recover 4 hit points, and as you do, you can feel pins and needles in the limb that you were not able to use
It's
prior.
back, baby.
Yeah, and all the other conditions that you had are also gone.
For flavor, as because I imagine that the protection is still kind of like manifesting, I would love if for like a moment, as she becomes reattached to her body, that the residual void essence that she had seen when she was in Fade into Daydreams kind of like shine, like reflects off of the prisms of protection just for a moment, so that the two of them can kind of see like where she was in her last moment.
Well, that's cool.
So then I would say like it all feels very Disney princess, but it all like kind of like gets like sucked back in, like and she'll sort of like groggily try to sit up and like use her arm again and look up at them and say, "Thank you both. I saw you," and she points to Delia, "get attacked by something. And there were so many fighting around. And you sat up straight and concerned, like you were thinking deep in thought. You did not react to her being attacked."
Do you still see this right now?
No, this was...
What happened to you, though?
I don't know. I think I went to a place where we think and feel, but we don't accept, maybe.
But what did you do, though? Did you touch it?
I reached out because you were getting destroyed, and these things came out and shot at it like electricity, like lightning. And then I was here. I don't know what it means.
I look over to Elias. She might be talking about spirits. She can see them. I can't. I can't see them.
That makes
Don't
two
know
of
why
us.
they would be here or attacking us. I look back at you, Mercy. How many did you see? You said they were attacking me?
Just one attacking you, many around camp, fighting each other.
Well, clearly something here is drawing these presences in, and I'm wondering if it is location. And then Elias looks to Delia, and Delia, you would see that he looks at you with like, there's like a noticeable decrease in suspicion a bit, like having seen you help Mercy get back up has given him some like, you've gained some like credit in his eyes. But this doesn't feel random. Mercy, you said you saw these spirits attacking just Delia? Delia?
I feel fine.
They were taking from you. Taking parts of you.
Do you feel any difference?
I don't think so. No. But spirits, there's so many different kinds, and they could be doing anything or wanting anything. She said there was many. I'm trying to think why would there be many? There are spirits that wander around, sure, but in groups, that just seems strange.
Agreed.
If we look around us, do we hear anything else? I know at the beginning we heard like a whisper. Does the forest look different in any way?
It does. It's quiet. The skies still have thunder above, but all things out there have quieted down. You don't even hear crickets.
Elias would like to really focus his eyes, or actually unfocus his eyes toward Delia, and I want to attempt to read aura to see if there's any kind of discernible difference between the pre-attack and after the attack.
Yeah, you adjust your focus for a little bit. And you summon up that energy inside of you, and you adjust your vision. And you begin seeing that there is almost you see an aura outline, and then a thin black line within the aura itself that is almost wavering on its own volition.
Have I ever seen this before?
No.
Okay. Elias leans forward. You see him lean forward with kind of like the train calculations you can kind of see running through his mind. Delia, your leader, are they still here?
Yes, they're sleeping in the other wagon across the way.
I, of anybody, hate to be in imposition and would hate to wake somebody up, but in this case, I'm going to be insistent. We might need a second opinion. Does Delia, like, notice or see anything different in this moment?
I don't know. Are you Delia? I don't know. Delia, the player of Delia, hasn't asked that question.
Well, I would have assumed that I still have my detect magic up, and then I have a natural sense as well, up
Sure.
to 30 feet.
No
So I
additional
don't know
magic
if-
or anything, no. When a spell was
Like any
cast...
change.
Yeah, when a spell... No changes whatsoever. It's almost as if things have deadened. The aura, Elias, that you picked up is really the only thing giving off an aura. You adjust your vision, you can see that each person here has one, but There's like no life outside of that circle.
You know, I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. You are just full of secrets, Miss Delia. I think we should go speak to your leader.
You might be right. Let's go to the other wagon and try to wake the Vrojiti up. See if she can sense the spirits.
See that there's only one large body around the campfire. It seems like everyone else has already gone into the wagons to go to sleep.
So would I know, because he's the... who's outside?
Bolivar.
Oh God, he was drunk as hell last time.
Resident himbo.
I don't know if like... yeah. And it's like, I don't think he'd be able to like see the spirits either. Would I know if the Vrojiti is inside the wagon he's slumbering in front of?
Yeah, there's, yeah, absolutely. He's the only one who isn't in a wagon's currently sleeping. And even then, it's debatable as to whether or not he's not sleeping. You look over and you can see he's like over the fire, and it looks like he's about to fall over. The cup falls out of his hand. His hands are on his knees. And then he just like corrects himself a little bit, and then poof,
No.
It just falls back and does not wake up.
Okay, but Elias, after this has happened, is he felt weird in a way that would be uncomfortable if I felt that way, and so I'm gonna try to like move his limbs in a way that won't result in like pain coming up.
So you walk across the way. Okay, cool.
Yeah. He's gonna like, he sees him fall very weird and like spill on himself and like make a mess, and he's just doing the like, you know, the like post college like drunk friend check.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
make sure you're not. I'm gonna turn your head to the side so you don't like throw up and fucking drown in it.
That's cool.
And from that, he's gonna look up to Delia. Do you know which one of these carts we should be going into?
So you can move
should
your
be-
token directly over there if you want.
Oh shit.
So it
Just click and
should
drag.
be the wagon he is behind. So, Mercy, stay here by the fire. We'll be right back. Scream if anything.
Okay.
I have very good hearing.
You can hear. So the very first thing that the two of you notice when you get over there is it sounds odd over there. It sounds really, really odd. First off, you hear a snore, and you heard that just as you crossed the little stone bridge and you got over there. But then it. You heard echoes as if he's snoring a mile away, and that snore is bouncing off of walls.
Elias exchanges a glance with Delia.
Not my doing, if that's what you're wondering. I'm just as lost as you are.
I'm coming to believe that may be the case. This isn't the time, and I don't want to get into it, but I apologize for maybe being a bit suspicious of you. I care deeply about my friend, and as I'm sure you can
see.
imagine, seeing a loved one's eyeballs melt out of their skull is very distressing, distinctive. I think that will live in my prefrontal cortex for a little bit moving forward. But I owe you an apology. I've not behaved in a way that I would be proud of.
It's less so me and more so disregarding them who have helped you in the past. But like you said, not the time. And she's gonna turn around and open the wagon to see if she can find the Vrojiti to shake her awake.
Yeah, you step in the back, you open the door. It's black. You can see the bodies. Everyone is there. But then the sounds within are just dead. You'd see everyone moving, but it seems like you're looking at a dream. They're moving in and out of their own existences, as if there are multiple layers of them each.
So if I look around, everything and everyone looks like that except us.
Correct.
We're solid.
That is correct.
Fuck. Yeah, so I would go back to you, essentially.
She's sleeping?
Yes, they all are. I don't think we are here, or they are here. I guess you look for yourself.
Elias exchanges like as he slowly walks up to this. Aetherius, the player, knows that you are the leader. I don't think that, or that you've become the leader. I definitely don't think Elias knows that. And so he's going to enter with the, excuse me. And he's going to open up the curtain.
Yeah. The door's open. You pull aside the curtain to look. And again, you see the same thing. It is pitch black. We're not talking the black of night. We're not talking the absence of light. We are talking nothing is there. And floating in that nothingness, in the approximate locations of where they would be in the bunks within this place, you can see them all floating on top of what you would imagine are invisible beds. And all of their bodies like floating auras mixing in and out.
You see Elias turn over his shoulder and look to Delia.
I just give you an apologetic look. And then motion to walk back to Mercy.
And I close the doors and walk back.
What did you find?
We are either they're not here. We are somewhere else.
Some very weird shit, to answer your question, is going on.
We might be somewhere between.
I want to at the might be somewhere between. I'd like to get up and take a look at what's happening.
Sure.
I'm just gonna wander really quick to see what people look like. Like, I'm not going too far, just like right here.
Yeah.
Does it look the same to me as it did to them?
Yes, it does. Looks the same.
Does it look familiar to me at all, though?
Not in a way that makes sense, and yet it rings a bell.
Okay.
If
Vin's
that makes
in this.
sense.
Yeah, Vin's in this wagon. Yeah.
Yes, and you verify that, and you see the exact same thing. Just this.
Is he okay?
They are fine. They are in the mortal plane. It is just us in the in-between, I think.
Mercy, give me a perception check with
Yeah.
with fortune.
Okay. I'll take a fucking nat 20.
Well, what's your total amount?
Nice.
What's your
It
total
would
amount?
be. Oh, it didn't come up with the. Why does it say 4? It said keep higher, but I rolled a 20.
I see
It's a
here
plus
that
4,
I see
so
here
that'd
you
be a
rolled
24.
I see you rolled a 10 and you rolled a 2.
Oh, then it must have flipped at the end like
Yeah.
an asshole. Okay, that was
Yeah.
super homophobic of it. Then
Honestly, and during Pride Month,
I know. Honestly, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna roll that hero point for that because that was
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
bullshit.
Yeah, just as a reminder, everyone here has a hero point at the beginning of every session. You can be granted more due to your actions of a particularly heroic nature. They will allow you to re-roll or to even save you against death.
Do I still roll with advantage because I just rolled once?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it twice. Sorry. Okay, you know what? I'll take the 23. That's much better.
Okay. So
God.
you end up getting a 23. There is a prickling of your flesh as if your hairs, just newly born, just come alive for the very first time. They spring up. Your skin gets taut around your limbs, particularly on your left side. Left side is that which is facing the woods.
Yeah.
And
What do I see?
oh, you get a call of the void coming all the way from down the road. Your eyes adjust to the night and you can see something just ambling forward, and it just has this like a
I see it. It's
almost
gross.
like a smoky blackness around it that you immediately recognize as actual void energy.
Okay, like undead bullshit.
Perhaps.
Okay, cool. I would like to. Elias is right next to me. Yeah. I'm going to look back at Delia, and I'm going to
Stop
say,
rolling, Steve.
all of these
Scaring
dice.
me.
What is this? What the hell?
Roll for initiative.
Wait, can I finish my thing?
Wait.
You can finish.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
finish.
yeah,
Hold on. Stop. So the way the initiative works is, until the creature who is your opponent gets to go, you guys are still in a surprise action. It doesn't yet notice you. Therefore, continue.
Okay, I'm gonna look back at Delia and say, something like me, but not like me, is coming, and then I am going to take Elias, and with assumed consent, I am going to take the back of his head and press our foreheads together, and I would like to cast Mind Link. And I would like to transfer everything I know about what I am, even if it's very little, to Elias. So now he knows what the Feydeal at least are.
You understand that the creature who is there, first off, is not communicating to you in words. It is a series of concepts and thoughts, and happens instantaneously, as if an entire conversation of about 10 minutes takes place. Aaron, if you want to take it from here, you can use as much time as you want.
Okay, so everything sort of goes like vroom, and it like turns really slow, and I pull my head back and I look at you and I say, we don't have much time, which we have 10 minutes. We don't have much time. That thing is like me, but not like me.
Okay.
It is made of void, but that's it. It does not have the inner workings of you or me. It may not be affected by typical weapons or material plane spells. I do not know.
And
I
as
don't-
you say those words, give me a recall knowledge of religion.
Okay. I could do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so when she tells me out loud, it is like me, but not like me, I automatically assume it has something to do with the void, but it is not a void elf.
Yeah, if you look over there, you can also make a recall knowledge religion.
I got a 15.
Yeah, I see that. Fantastic. So with that, you kind of look over and you realize you know what that is.
What is it?
It is a diseased creature. You know that the void is very powerful in this. The sad thing is that this used to be a living entity that had died of illness or starvation and has since been completely twisted by negative energy. They have a... Let's just say that they have a competition with the undead themselves, and they do recognize, or they do resemble like decaying humanoids.
Okay, so the sort of the wind around us sort of swirls like Bruno in Encanto, where it's like this green sort of thing, but for me it's purple and like smoke, and it parts just enough for you, Elias, to see the creature coming towards, and then it closes back up. And I say, where I come from the void and am born from the void took from it and input itself into it. So that is the difference between us. Does that make sense?
Are you still mind linking?
Yeah.
No words, concepts, and images only. So questions
that's
like
right.
that wouldn't. Yeah.
So,
That's the roleplay challenge.
I forgot about that. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me go back. So all the Kanto shit happens because we do talk about Bruno in this chat. And but what you see is not just me as a void elf coming from the body, but like a bunch of different, like the concept of a void elf, like the silhouette of a void elf being born from the void. And then you see like a split, like a splinter of it off to the side where the void kind of like slithers into something and like constricts like a boa constrictor and consumes it. I think he's checking on my oven. So it goes like, and it like sort of like constricts and like squeezes the life out of it and inserts itself inside instead. So you're sort of getting that sort of like what I am and what I can become and like how others become of the void.
You see Elias, he seems almost disconnected as they are having this exchange. He is like very focused, and when his eyes open, he's going to look to Mercy with a sense of knowing. Steve, would I, and I feel like I would, but let me know. I feel like from what Mercy has described, I would interpret this thing as a threat or as violent or as not the homie.
What you got was this thing hates life, and that is exactly what you are.
Oh, that was like a character and player like simultaneous revelation there. Okay. I can only see this when Mercy is showing it to me. Or can I see it after they like pull the veil back?
The concepts that were related to you probably cast the images of something in the neighborhood. Your hackles raise now that you have this information. You kind of like look around and you can see straight down the road that thing beginning to amble towards you.
What I would like to do, and you let me know if I can do this, again, with his abilities or his connection to life or vitae being through a sense of light or through projection of prisms, I want to snap. I like to think that Elias's magic has almost like an anime-esque feel to it, wherein you see him kind of make these gestures in a circle, right? And that same prismatic light is kind of like, you see it pulsing and getting brighter. And I'd like to convey I'd like to cast Divine Lance at the shadow monster.
Yeah, let's find out if it's 60 feet away. That's the range of your Divine Lance, right?
Sure.
Yep. Yeah.
Can I just add to that really, really quick before that happens? Just a transition, because I would be done by then with Mind Link.
Okay.
I think like when you snap, the wall, the wind wall around you of the purple, like freezes and all falls like sand.
Ooh. I love that.
So we are now in initiative round. So the initiative is Mercy, Delia, It, and then Aetherius. So Mercy, what's your first action?
I'm gonna hold mine because I want to see where his prismatic thing goes because
Okay.
I'm very interested.
Yeah, Delia.
So I was gonna ask, right? So I would have an idea of what this is as well, especially seeing it. Like I've heard a lot, right, about all of these types of things, but have I ever actually encountered one? I know I've seen void elves before, because they're not like, and I've like the void energy and things like that I am familiar with, but this creature in particular, have I ever seen one?
Did you roll a recall knowledge religion? Yes, you did. 11.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. The undead are very popular. They kind of have like their own union here in Mütvia. And
That's so Philly. I love you bringing that in.
Would this be, because I know I've seen like the regular like undead as well, like there's so many of them, they just kind of come out of the ground sometimes, when you're making camp, but like is this like a regular kind of undead creature, or
it seems to have enough distinct characteristics that separates it from those which you do know.
Yeah.
Yeah, first off, this thing is, as it's approaching you, it's almost standing upright, and its knuckles are still reaching the ground. It's almost like it's walking on all fours in an almost upright position. It is elongated. Its face is gaunt and drawn out. The mouth every now and then just hanging low with a tongue that just licks out at the air and flicking. And then in the silhouette of the moonlight, you can see like a little pustule, well, not a little one, like a large pustule just explode. It continues to make its way.
Icky.
Do you have any actions or anything that you would like to conduct?
Yes. So I am going to go into the trees and a little bit further away from.
Like Delia!
No, not away from you guys. I'm actually gonna go closer to it.
I thought you were running away.
I figured that's what you were doing, but the imagery of you just full speed sprinting like away.
It's like
so funny.
The Homer Simpson meme. No, so I am going to go into the trees just to kind of, because since I'm the farthest from it, right?
Yeah.
And our void elf and our sorcerer boy are the closest, I would assume it would see them first. So I'm assuming it hasn't seen me, and I have really good sense, so I would, once I get within 30 feet, I'll always know where it is. So I am going to go into the tree line here and also further away from the light of the fire.
Okay.
To make it less likely that it'll spot me.
Yeah.
And then I am going to... Would I know? No, I wouldn't. Damn. Okay, I can make something up. So... in my head, after dealing with a lot of things like this, I don't know exactly how this one works, right? I've seen a lot of undead, but this one I know is different, and it's filled with this void energy, and it just craves the life it lost, essentially, right? And so I am going to grab some of the flowers that I used to tether, because I have bunches of those, to tether our little void elf friend to this world. And I am going to start kind of wrapping them around the arrows that I will be using. So I will use that as my action.
Okay.
Because the flowers, it's life, right?
Yeah.
And so my intention here is to like push the void out of it with life. And so I am going to use my action to start kind of in the shadows of the trees before it gets too close. Just start tipping my arrows with the flowers.
Yes, absolutely. And that is the end of it. This thing seems to be attempting, almost as if it just a sheer memory of life, trying to remember how to breathe, and you see it's like in anguish beginning to move forward at 10 and then 15 feet and then 20 until finally it sees light and you can see it like dead eyes just looking out and scanning. It's almost as if its face is what it needs to use to see, its eyes completely sunken in. And that's when it notices the wagon. And beyond the brush, everything else. It begins to move, and now beginning to run at a quickened pace, comes directly up, and that is going to be the end of its action. Aetherius, you're up.
Get it with the prism.
Does Mercy still have my protection?
It lasts
I don't know.
1 minute. We could say that we're on the tail end of that.
Okay. I would like to think that Mercy and Elias do this mind meld. Elias, suddenly you see him with this kind of look of knowing. The swirling purple kind of essence that we see around us drops. And I'd like to think this all happens in a very short amount of time. So the purple essence drops, and within that shared understanding, immediately Elias snaps. So these things happen right after each other. So it drops, he snaps, and he's going to do all of the preparation like necessary as he's practiced this. And this is a little bit of muscle memory. But he is going to try to shoot his Divine Lance through the fucking chest or dome of
There
this
you go.
monster thing.
Hell yes.
Do it up. Here you go. So
Okay.
what you can do is now on Foundry, since we're on Foundry and you have, I don't believe you have any experience with Foundry, do you?
No, but I
Okay.
am learning on the go.
Yeah, exactly. So here's what you're going to do. All right. So first off, on the creature, double right click. This is going to cause the creature to become targeted by you. So
Got
now
it.
when you roll any dice against it, it'll take all of that away from all that math away from you and take care of it on its own. Now you click on Cast Divine Lance for your cantrip, and you will now see an attack button. Go ahead and click attack.
All right, let's
like
go.
magic.
Yes.
Roll.
There you go. So you rolled a 3, and with your spell attack bonus and what have you, it comes out to a total of 10, which unfortunately is a miss. So you can
Can I
see
use my reroll for
yeah,
this?
absolutely.
The hero point?
Yeah, use your hero lab. Use your hero point, 100%.
Okay. Let's try this again. Universe RNG, and let's do this right. Go again.
There you
Also, Steve, thank you for helping me like acclimate to
Oh, no worries at all.
all of this stuff.
We've all encountered things for the very first time. Okay.
So that's 14.
Yeah, so here you are in Mütvia, the very first time ever encountering anything of the land that actually needs to fucking die. You go, send out the first one, it ends up missing. You go, summon up that energy, you shoot it, and merely just because of the way it ambled, it goes right past it, and you can see like a little bit of a sear across its face, but not enough to actually do damage. Unfortunately, you missed by 1.
Can I
Gotta love
aid in a throw if I'm right in between?
Can you, I'm sorry?
Can I aid in redirecting a throw if I'm right in between to get him one more?
Oh, you like
hit?
move it the 1 inch it needs to go.
You know what?
Just
Give me an athletics check.
Oh, that's my worst
Come
one.
on, Mercy, baby.
My worst one. If it works, it's meant
Let's
to be.
go.
Athletics is +0 modifier.
Hell yeah,
Fucking
dude.
please.
Shut
19.
the fuck
19.
up.
Dude, so you
No
roll a
fucking
19.
way.
Pride. It is pride.
Hell yeah.
So-
That's right.
So typically, as an FYI in Pathfinder 2nd Ed, aid actions can only be done on skill checks, if I'm not mistaken, not on attack rolls and what have you. However, that's pretty
true.
fucking clever. So you're like, yeah, I see where this is going, and you just kind of go, boop, You kind of smack
I
him
know.
on his left side, and it goes to amble off to the right. The lance begins casting. Elias extends it out, however it is that you cast it. That energy comes out of your body, and then bap! This thing gets smacked in the face, cast it directly back into the path. Its head just internally ignites with the divine lance. Roll for damage.
Let's fucking go! Gay shit, gay shit, gay shit, gay shit.
So up above in the chat box, you'll see where it says roll damage underneath where you clicked attack.
Let me see. Okay, I gotta go up. So there we go.
Yep.
Roll.
Nope.
Wait, no, did I roll the wrong dice?
Yeah, you rolled the spell attack. You want to click on the thing that says roll damage.
There it is.
There you are. That is a total of 7 points that you bring down on that thing.
Shaking my tits for the Lord right now. Thank you, Mütvia, Jesus.
It goes, its head completely ignites on fire. And almost out of just sheer defiance, its body continues to amble forward as it raises claws up in order to attack. But as it does, you can see more pustules already beginning to form. Now, a spell, so that if you don't know Pathfinder 2nd Ed, when you go into what we call an encounter, such as like with initiative or combat or what have you, you get 3 actions per turn, unless you have a feat or something like that, or a spell, haste, whatever. That gives you more. You have 3. Moving up to your character's speed is 1 action, so you can take that as an option. You can also cast a spell. If it is, usually most spells are 2 actions. If you take a look at Divine Lance, the little icon immediately to the right of the words Divine Lance, you will see a dot and then an arrow and then a little arrow. There are 2 arrows there, indicating that this is 2 actions. You still have 1 action left, so you won't be able to cast any other spells, but you can move, you can like prepare something, you can do use a skill.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I got something that sounded through context clues in our pilot episode, something that felt a little spicy.
Yeah, let's do it.
The like improvisational something.
Yeah.
Mercy, what's on you? Like, what is on your person?
I don't think I got my weapons yet. I think because we were going to have it where Dalia was going to give them to me. So I think I have probably my clothing, which are just like literally like canvas robes, and fuck, I don't think I have anything.
Yeah, I mean, you did just literally crawl out of the earth, and that is fair. You are not expected to like a lot of stuff.
What are you thinking? And maybe I can figure out how it could work.
Oh, nothing. I'm just like trying to cast like the widest net as possible, like bring in the most possibilities. And if the point of that feat that I pulled from the Fates was that I could improvise, I'm just trying to figure out what I have in arm's length that I could use. Oh, is it too far to attack with my longsword? I imagine so, right?
Correct, yeah. You need to be adjacent to it on the map.
And I can't use Mercy as an improvisational weapon, can I?
Unfortunately not, no. I mean, if you have a good case for it.
Hold on, let me go to my mind palace for a moment here.
Sure.
I'm trying to think. Does this thing, does it have eyes? Is it operating off of a sense of sight? How is it navigating? Is it sound, smell? What sense is it using to find and like pursue us?
From what you can determine, it's using eyesight.
Okay. Can I throw dirt in his eyes?
Yeah,
Can
absolutely.
I like pick up some dirt and throw it in his eyes?
Yeah, sure. So this first time around, absolutely, let's have you do that. However, in Pathfinder, here's typically the way it works. You have empty hands. There's an action called interact, which means I'm going to pick this up. I interact with an object. Technically, that would be the end of your turn. Okay? So what you're going to do now is interact with the earth, grab some dirt, and then attack with it. So the interact is one action and the attack is one action, meaning now you have 4 actions. So this very first thing, since we're just learning the system, go ahead. You reach down, you grab a handful of dirt. You can see that you're like 10 feet away from this thing, and you launch it at its face. So because you're using improvised weapon, there's not going to be any real negatives to it. So we're just going to have you roll if you take a look at your character sheet, and under the actions, which is the second of the circles with the little action glyph.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Okay, you see your unarmed attack there?
Yes.
Okay, really quick. A strike is a melee strike. So you're in melee, right? We're going to use the same thing for a ranged attack, which is essentially what you're doing. But you'll notice that there is a bonus. Here you have a +3, and it's one action. But then you have these weird numbers. Let's say MAP. And MAP is multiple attack penalty. Remember, you get 3 actions a turn. So one strike equals 1 action. But the more you attack, the more of a penalty you get. Yet there have been plenty of times that people have exhausted all 3 of their attacks, and they also hit all 3 times. So just as an FYI to you. So in this case, just use your the strike +3. You already have it targeted, and let's see what happens. Okay, so the dirt, unfortunately, missed by 7. So the dirt just like scatters to the wind with a couple of pebbles innocently pegging it in its face.
Nice. Worth a try. Trying to think.
So unfortunately, that is going to be the end of your actions. We are now at the top of round 2. It's going to be Mercy's move. Aaron is just away. Delia, we're going to go to you.
Yeah, so I forgot to mention, you know how I said that I kind of like figured I could push the void out with life, right? And I was putting the plants on my arrows.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that is actually something I can do. So for those of you who can't see my character sheet, I will explain that really quick before I mention what I'm doing. So Delia has something called exploit vulnerability, which I can use 2 ways. So I can roll to what is it? I identify a creature's weaknesses, right?
Yeah.
And my unarmed and weapon strikes activate the highest weakness I discover with exploit vulnerability, even if the damage type doesn't actually change, blah, blah, blah. Now, the other thing I can do, which is what I did last round, is the second use of exploit vulnerability, something called personal antithesis. I improvise a custom weakness on a creature by forcefully presenting and empowering a piece of esoterica, right? And so that's what I did by logicking it out and adding the plants onto my arrows. This causes a creature, and only that creature, I can only do it to one creature at a time, to gain a weakness against my weapon strikes equal to 2 plus half of my level, minimum 1. So I do an extra 3 damage by my improvised weakness or personal antithesis. So I just wanted to explain that real quick, so people are like, oh, she's just making shit up.
No.
No, it's a thing I can do.
No, that's awesome. So the exploit
That's amazing.
The exploit vulnerability feat also gives you the exploit vulnerability action, which is to say that you are going to roll esoteric lore, recall knowledge, esoteric lore. So go ahead and roll that, and it's against the standard DC of the creature.
Right, so I will go back to my abilities. Where are you?
Can I ask really quickly, just narratively, Steve, would I have any familiarity with the magic
13.
that Delia is using? Or would I be able to identify like any kind of similarities in the life magic that they are using?
I am literally using what's called like folk magic. So it's just like using garlic against a vampire or like silver against a werewolf, that type of stuff.
Got it.
So I don't have any actual spells.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
However, what you've seen Delia do so far would kind of betray that notion. that she doesn't have any
it's like
spells.
indistinguishable
looks
from
like-
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm using spells and magic, but it's just my knowledge of the world and kind of adapting like all of the normal stuff to to work, essentially.
Got it. Okay.
Really
perfect.
good at making shit up.
So in this case, we're going to go with it because you have do me a favor, Delia. Can you also re-roll that? So you would have failed on a 13. DC in this case is a 15. Once you re-roll again, because you would essentially have an advantage, or what we would call fortune on this. All right, so
even worse.
it is a 13. We're going to go with it because, again, we're all learning Pathfinder. So we're going to go with it with exploit vulnerability. You look at this. Your prior knowledge of undead helps educate you as to what the fuck this thing is. It is someone who died from illness or starvation, and the void completely took them over and then spit this thing up out of the ground. You recall that it has let's see, what do we have in terms of its weaknesses? Let me just make sure here. Okay.
Yeah, so it says that on a failure, I can still use my personal antithesis, which is the second thing.
It is. I'm treating this as a success.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So you're going to learn about its weaknesses. You examine this thing. It has none. It has no weaknesses, other than perhaps positive energy, maybe. And even then, you also understand that it has various immunities. You're looking at this and you go, oh my God, it's acting like this, and I remember this thing here. Any kind of a death effect, usually spells or magic or something like that. Death effects, immune. Disease, immune. Paralyzation, immune. Sleep, immune. Poison, immune. The best way to take this thing down, physical damage. Rip its damn body apart.
All right. So we got to take its head, burn it, bury it.
There you go.
All right, so again, that's what I did last turn. Now this turn, I'm gonna go ahead and use the newly made the special arrows against it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna attempt to do that.
So Elias, while Yuri is making the rolls, you paid attention. You wanted to know whether Delia is using any kind of magic that you've seen. You picked this up because you stated that you were looking for it. You get it. When Delia describe, so you're using a composite short bow, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You see the short bow come up with the herb wrapped stuff. Just as she goes to shoot, you can see emanating from her, from where the knock is in the arrow, emanating from those two fingers, going over the string and then down the bow and then riding all along the arrow all the while until the tip itself just kind of goes. And you can see like a little bit of a liming of a green, like almost aura, almost like smoke coming from it. You can barely notice it, but you do know that whatever Delia's about to do is magical in effect.
Yeah, so I realized when I equipped my bow, I forgot to add arrows to my sheet.
Oh, hold on. No,
I can't
we got you.
The sheet won't let me use it.
I got you. Hold
ammo.
on. I got you. 1 second. Let me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna roll manually.
I just added arrows to your sheet.
Oh. Well, that's so fast. Thank you. So I will strike.
There you go.
All right, and we are striking.
Yeah.
No.
First one goes. Roll the MAP, the very first MAP. This is your multiple attack penalty for the second attack if you want to do it. Let's see if you can do it.
Yes. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, can I use my hero point to reroll the first one?
Did you
before
already
I do my multiple attack?
Did you already use your hero point beforehand?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think
No.
just
I have it.
Aaron and I have used
I still
it, right?
have it there.
Gotcha. Yeah. Then
Yeah.
go ahead. You can use it.
Right. So rerolling.
Oh.
That's
oh
even
no.
worse.
Oh no. This is a critical miss. Hold on. Wait.
It's
I'll be right back.
pride.
It's pride.
This is rude.
I hate how excited you got at that. Honestly.
Where did he go?
I didn't
I
think
don't
that we
know,
were
but he got too
gonna
excited.
get to that part of the game that quick.
Oh no! There better be tears running down your
Don't
face.
do
as you
this
pull these
to
cards
me.
out.
So let's pull out the critical fail deck and see what we
Oh my
have here.
God.
There's a critical fail deck?
Oh, my
Yeah.
friend
This is
is
news
there.
to
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's a thing.
So
It's thematically appropriate. I'll definitely give you that.
typically, typically we can just do it in here. I just didn't enable that module. I honestly forgot about it. However, here it is. That is the entire. There's also a critical hit deck. So if you guys roll a 20, critical hits work in two ways in my games. You hit by a 20 or a natural 20, and then you add on your bonuses, etc. Okay, whatever. Either way, a 20 is going to guarantee a hit, 5% chance. However, if you also hit the creature's AC by 10 or more, whether through spell attack, melee, ranged, or what have you, that is also counting as a crit. So you do have multiple chances. Delia, this is you.
Ooh, now it's Delia's turn to pick a card of
You ready?
destruction.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, exactly.
How the tables have turned.
All right, 3, 2, 1. That's all. I'm going to start flipping. You're going to tell me when to stop. You ready? Go.
Stop. I'm terrified.
Here we are. Critical
Your
hit.
eyes melt.
This is it's retribution. This is ranged. You get tunnel vision for 3 rounds. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to. Is this critical fail? It is. Okay. Hey, you know what? It actually.
It's pride.
It's pride.
Hey!
For 3
The fates
rounds.
have been merciful.
You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to attack rolls, but you are also caught off guard, which reduces your AC by 2.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's
Okay.
not that bad. Yeah,
No.
you're in trees.
I
You're
mean-
safe.
It also opens
Yeah, it
you
would
up
be
to
bad
precision
if there
checks.
was. Yeah, it would be bad also, like, if there was, like, multiple enemies. This would have been very, very bad.
It would have been really, really bad.
Yeah.
But you do have a
So-
+3 for the, or no, excuse me, a
You
+1,
still have
right?
your eyes, all your limbs. you're still whole. This was a success by all measures.
Unfortunately,
Okay, so I'm gonna roll my second till my map. And we'll see if that hits.
yeah, go. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're for your third strike. Yeah, go ahead.
You'll get it. You'll get
So
it.
remember, you have a was it +1? Nope, you missed by 9. Oh, excuse me, you missed by 7.
Yeah, all 3 of them were so
I know,
bad.
it's a
Oh my
bummer.
gosh.
It's all right.
It's okay. You got this. You got this.
Mercy, you're
Let's
up.
go.
We just did some persona shit, Mercy. We did like a tag team attack that I'm so here
I
for.
know we did it. I know, and I'm trying to I want to do the same with Delia.
Oh, quick question to the DM. My
What's up?
esoterica is in action as well, right? Using my mirror.
Using your mirror, yeah, mirror's reflection.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is in action.
Yeah. Okay. Just double checking.
Sure. And
I'm
remember,
gonna do
you have to be holding it as well. So. Okay.
I'm gonna do Void Warp.
Oh fuck yes.
Yeah. So Void Warp is you call upon the void to harm life force. Well, this is unlife though,
That is correct.
so I can't do that, and I know that's I'm not gonna do that. I know that's not.
It might
gonna
even
work.
heal it. And yeah,
Yeah,
you would
no.
know that.
Yeah.
There's no way I could help flip the energy and
Not
infuse some
that.
vitae.
No, unfortunately not. But Phase Bolt for you would work.
Got it. I'm gonna do Forbidden Thought.
Oh,
I could do that against it. You place a psychic lock in a foe's mind that prevents it from a specific action. Oh, and I know its language. Choose strike, stride, cast a spell, or a specific action you know the creature to have. If the creature attempts that action on its next turn, it must surmount your lock to do so, causing it to take 2d6 mental damage with the basic will save.
let me just
So-
check. Yeah, okay,
Amazing.
let's do it.
I have a feeling that's going to be okay. So
I'm like, why did I
really-
build such a social character? I
Right?
cannot talk to the horrors.
So, well, yours the life essence, which is what we need for the undead creatures. So I'm going to you know what? I'm going to do two things at once. So I'm gonna reach out because I'm right next to it. I'm gonna reach out and like grab its throat with my nails, which are like unusually long because I was in the ground for so long.
Okay.
So I literally grab its throat and I like kind of like lift it a little bit and I say strike in neck roll because that piece of shit is not gonna strike anything. And that's what I use Forbidden Thought.
Okay, I need
Wait,
to.
so it has to, like, just for me to understand it real quick. So in order to strike, it would have to roll against your luck to try to do it. Oh, that's cool.
If it attempts
Yeah.
the action, then it has to make a will save against a DC 17 in this case. Yeah, it's
so
fucked up, and I mean it lasts for a little bit too, which is kind of cool. Since you are reaching out to touch it, give me an attack roll.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to attack it. I just want to grab it.
Okay, then make an athletics check.
Okay. Yeah, because if I attack it, it might heal, so I don't want to do that.
You would know your physical attacks wouldn't heal it.
It wouldn't?
Your physical
Okay.
attacks? You're just
If
coming
I-
out. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. If I know that, then I'm going to grab its throat and try to like dig my claws into him.
Yeah, then by all means, do a melee attack.
12. That's a miss.
Yeah, so you manage to grab it, but it's just like a little bit of pus comes out of its neck, makes it slippery, and you lose your grip.
Yeah. But I still say the thing, and then it's a DC 17 will save.
That is correct. And you are done, yes?
Yeah, is it going to do it? The will save?
If it strikes, it has to do the will save.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool,
you're
cool.
preventing it from doing it, so if it wants to do it, then it has to make it against a DC 17.
Super duper.
All right, speaking of, it is its turn. Since you are right there, the last creature to touch it, it looks at your hand, which you're now pulling away from it, and it's going to do its job. First, it's going to strike straight down at your arm with a claw and then attempt to bite. In order to do that, however, it needs a DC 17 will save. Let's see what it gets. It rolls a 17.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
It's pride.
Pride. It's going to roll.
And a crit.
It is a critical hit.
No. But you have
Against-
protection still, right?
Yeah, it's still well, I mean, yeah, we're going to give it just for the I said we were going to go one round. We'll extend it for this one. So you do have a +1 to your AC, which means that it crit hits by 10 instead of 11.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Lay it on me.
yeah, it's going to do the damage. Let's see what happens here. Oh lordy.
No.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna
this is
fucking die
this is
again.
directly against your arm. It's going to do 14 points of damage to Mercy.
Down again.
Smacks down.
No.
And
What the fuck?
oh, it's so not good. So yeah, our girl is down. Hold up. Let me grab this. Mercy
Oh,
is
does it take? I'm sorry, just really
up?
quick. Does
Yes.
it also take 2d6 mental damage with it?
So if the creature attempts that action on its next turn, it must surmount your lock to do so, causing it to take 2d6 mental damage with the basic will save. Oh, and it's succeeded. The target is then temporarily. Hold on. Oh my God. Yes.
Hell yeah.
What is this will save? At 23. So it wasn't a crit, but it is going to take half damage. So that is, yeah, there you go.
4 points.
Yeah, it's going to take 4 points of damage to that. That's awesome call. Thank you. This is the very first time I've
Listen.
ever seen that power used in game. Thank you for the reminder
Like
on
the
that.
queers, I'm not
Ooh.
going down without a fight, okay?
Trailblazer. You love to see it.
You see Mercy's body just fall again, and it begins to step on her, gets close. So, quick little thing. We're going to use this as a teaching moment. This is what we would call difficult terrain, meaning it's difficult to traverse.
Mercy is difficult terrain right
yes,
now.
yes, because it's a lumpy body. So
got it.
The
Okay.
lumpy body. Hey.
you got the lumpy body feet. So it's shit. Hold up. Gembu Knight just spent 5,000
Knight.
channel points to heal Mercy.
Yes.
Yay!
Thank you.
So here's the
This
way
is
that the healing
community,
works. All right, here's the way it works. So you roll in this case, it's always a D10 times the level of the person that you were healing. So it is a D10. We're going to roll that 6 points
I'll take
at the
it.
appropriate time within this turn. Mercy is going to receive that. With that, this thing goes out to strike our friend as its last attack. Elias, it's looking at you. The remnants of dirt, failed attacks, and divine land still like there in your hand. You can feel it, but it's like looking right at you. Its hand comes out with pointed claws directly towards your face. Mercy, however, was not at the death. I was just going to have Mercy take an action.
She's like,
Yeah, Mercy. So, Mercy, you are healed. You are a wounded one, but you are absolutely healed. You are no longer dying. This thing is standing directly on you. What are you going to do?
Oh, I'm gonna fucking like drop kick it off of me.
Give me an athletics check.
Unless if you're thinking I should do something else.
There's that like Steven Seagal move of like grabbing the foot of the person who's on your chest and twisting.
We do not stand Steven Seagal
We
here.
do not stand Steven Seagal in this house.
Oh God, Steven, I'm not up to date. If he's problematic,
Isn't that right,
then
obnoxious asshole?
Also,
yeah, okay.
yeah, I'm gonna literally, I'm gonna try to fucking fuck his world. Where's my my +0 athletics? 12.
My name is Steve, and this hits. You did great, Aaron. Total crit.
I know you had cinnamon rolls, and that's what you were going for.
Oh hell no!
You pick these two.
Take the, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
cinnamon roll.
I know.
Oh, he did
Honestly,
the thing I
like-
was gonna do.
That's adorable.
The only acceptable reason for the DM to walk away is that.
Yeah, that was a true ally moment. Thank you.
Yeah, honestly,
So let's keep that up. Let's keep the allyism going. How about a 12, Steve? Does
if
it
you're in
12?
chat, take note.
This
If you're
will
straight,
fit.
this is how you support your queer friends. You bring them snacks. You bring them baked goods. You bring
That's
them
how you win
treats.
them over. Food.
What'd you roll?
Here you go.
I rolled a huge number, a 12.
Yes.
I rolled a 12. That'll do it.
You know what?
Man, we're doing
No.
so bad.
No.
Hold on. So you were brought back. So just to make this clear, you were brought back by somebody in chat. You
Yeah.
were healed by them. They are the
Yeah.
essential gods of this universe.
Oh, I convert immediately to Genbuism.
I need to
Call
pull
me
up
again every
chat.
night.
So let me just confirm it's AC. Let me just see here. Yeah, we're going to say that's going to give you a little bit of a bonus there. Yeah, you make an absolute connection with some portion of it that is dangling between its legs.
Thank you,
No,
Gimbo
I
Knight.
fucking crotch shot it. Amazing.
Gembu Jesus.
I'd like to send that thing 5 feet to the left, please, towards Adelia.
Roll your unarmed damage, please.
Fuck yeah! Oh my god, crotch shot. We love it.
Crotch shot. Crotch shot.
1d4 to the peen. That's 3.
Hell yeah!
It's damage done, and you move it 5 feet towards Delia. All right. It's very confused as to what the fuck just happened. It like looks at you, looks at what used to be there, and like looks at you and just kind of goes, and lashes out to Elias. This is going to be a claw heading out to Elias. This is going to be hits by 2 on the first one, coming in with a second one. This is going to be the end of its turn. That way is going to miss by 6, so it's only going to damage you once, my friend. And that damage is going to come in the flavor of 5 hit points. You feel those claws dig into you. You've never felt this kind of pain before.
Oof.
When the very first thing that you gather out of it is that this is ice that is as hard as steel. Those talons as like a dark, sickly gray, completely encrusted with the blood of its former victim. You can almost see it in slow motion as your nostrils begin to flare and your eyes widen, realizing that this thing is about to connect with you. First, you feel the pierce of it into your flesh, and then you can hear the tearing of the flesh directly off of your face down to your chin. You can feel the warmth of blood already beginning to flow just as it's coming back for a second strike. For whatever reason, it misses. Can you tell me why it missed?
After feeling that initial strike and feeling the warmth of the blood drip, there is, and I've never experienced this level of pain before, right?
That's up to you. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like it. I love it. I'm going to roll with it.
Right.
I'm going to say that this really hits Elias in the fucking lizard brain, right?
Ooh.
Like this is fight or flight survival. Elias is going to take some of the blood that was dripped from his first. He's going to dodge the second attack. Am I next? Is my turn next?
In fact, it is your turn right now.
Elias is going to take some of the blood that is dripping from his chin. And Steve, I don't know how the soil in Mütvia is, but he is going to dig his hands into the soil. He's going to try to connect to that fat layer that has happened from all of the blood and the war and the death and the decay and the loss and all of that.
Dude,
and
you're pulling fucking my Laura into your shit. You're getting a bonus. All right.
He's going to use his blood and he's going to put his hands into the earth. And for a moment, he feels this kind of incomprehensible rush of all of these different feelings and emotions and rage and loss and hurt and pain. And he's going to summon the undead. I want to bring up a skeleton of something to fight this motherfucker. So I'm going to search and find somebody, something I can reanimate that is nearby. And I'm going to resurrect it to fight.
Yeah, so Summon Undead is one of the spells that you have, correct? Mm-hmm. It is. Okay. How many first level spells can you cast? Just want to get that on.
I can cast 2, so I've done a protection on Mercy, and this is my second.
Perfect. Okay, I just want to make sure that we get them on here. So, Summon Undead, 3 actions.
Yeah.
You go to cast this thing. First off, you understand that as you grab down that soil, you dive down and you can already see that it continues its attacks. Of course, all of this combat is all happening simultaneously, so it is lashing out to you wildly like a feral animal gone rabid. You dig down in and you can feel something that you haven't felt in about 6 months.
Oh, shit.
Your sister has taken your connection to the land. And in Mütvia, princes always have a connection to their domain. You no longer have that and haven't had it now for 6 months. You can feel the energy of Bordumoma, Nordaga itself, the land itself. As your fingers pass into the dirt, your palm rests against like a rock and you pick it up along with the dirt. And as you do, you see this. No one else does because it doesn't actually exist, but you know it does. You pull up the remnants of Avon's blood dripping from your fingers in a very ethereal fashion. You lash your hand out towards the ground and you can feel a wave 30 feet out from your body, and then immediately right next to you, you see a hand coming out of the ground. Of course, it's a ghoul, and it now fights for its noble. The ghouls in Mütvia are very well known to clean the land on behalf of the nobles. You just summoned one of your own servants. This thing is now going to be added to initiative, and
Yes. Yes.
And there you go. Oh,
For flavor, can I help it out? When it extends a hand, can I reach down on one knee
oh yeah.
and help this thing out of the ground?
So yes, you know what? Give me an athletics check. Let's just see something because it rolled so well that it's going to go on the top of the round. So as the next action, give me an athletics check.
All right, give me a second.
Sure.
All right.
That's the hand icon.
I'm like, where is she? I do not see her.
So
Okay. Wait, no, that's unarmed, attacked.
Nope. Yep. Move over to the. You see the little circular icons towards the top of your sheet. Move to the one that looks like a hand.
Got it. Okay, here we are.
And now click the D20 to the left of athletics. Oh, hold on. Are all of your stuff in here?
I don't know.
Okay,
think
we will verify that. Either way, you rolled an 8. We're going to assume. Let's see. What is your strength here? Okay, so you actually don't have much of strength. Look, yeah, you're a very charismatic person. So, you reach in, you pull this thing up. So you don't offer it any real bonus, other than the fact that it's going to rip this fucking thing to shreds right now.
Oh, perfect. That's what I wanted, was the flavor of it. I just wanted to do like a noble kind of extension of a hand to like take it up.
No, you do. You do. It's there.
Your Majesty.
Yes.
It has ended its turn. You did yours. Wait a second. How come you're not in here? Hold on. You need to be back in here.
I think you would see Elias's body language change with this. This is the first like subservient like servant that he has had. Like as you said, he had this quintessential kind of part of his identity in his life severed. But for the first time in a very long time, he feels the nobility. You see him kind of straighten up in a way as he extends a hand and brings this thing up.
So it lashes out. When you go to reach down and you start picking it up, you can feel a connection to the land through its body. This is an undead creature. This used to be a living, probably human, has pointed ears, could have been a Theo, like an elfy type of person. But when you reach down and you feel that connection, you can see vacant eyes looking up at you. And as it rises up out of the ground with your assistance, you're going to give it, typically I would say that it has to spend an action coming out and doing whatever. We're going to say that it gets all 3 of its actions. Those eyes lock onto you, and for a split second there, it gains a memory of its former life. And as it does, looking up at you with those pitiful eyes, it has that recollection. Immediately starts heading towards, with claws lashing out towards the very thing.
Last flavor thing, I promise. Can I put my hand on his cheek before it goes to attack?
Yes, absolutely.
Can I like give it this like like look of affirmation and then I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was like,
you're good. You're good. Yeah, you do. It recognizes that you have like touched it and actually given it a little bit of life. It does a total of 6 points of damage to it, to that enemy. That thing now with an extended draw. It recognizes it is now fighting against its own kind. It is none too happy with that. However, it has taken all 3 of its attack. Mercy, you're up. Delia, you're on deck.
I think last time Delia and I had flipped, so I think I'm supposed to be after Delia. I got flipped. I got put into the initiative or order.
There you go. Delia, you're up.
All right. I'm going to try to hit it again.
All right, yeah.
I'm honestly like, I don't know. I feel like she might feel like a little like, oh shit, okay. Cool. Because the thing is, like, she and her family were the ones that found him and his siblings when they had just come across the border to Mütvia.
That is correct,
right?
yeah.
And so I had my hood and I didn't really talk, right, as like my father that took me in, gave them some food and was like, here, so you guys don't die.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like the realization that, I guess they did make it to their little piece of land after all. Because I don't know what happened in between that, right? So it's just like pleasant surprise. And I am going to go ahead and strike.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's see
And
what
let's
happens.
hope that this is better than it is not.
Oh, it's a
my-
3.
I have not rolled, I think, above.
You know what?
like
They're
a
coming.
10.
The good rolls
At
are
all.
coming. I feel them in the ether.
Do it again. We got this.
Which is
Yes.
which is ridiculous considering I have a +6 to this. By the way,
Yeah, and you rolled a 3. That sucks. Yeah, go ahead. Give it another
let's
shot.
go again.
Oh my god.
No fucking way.
Well, hold on.
That does
Hold on.
not-
Wait. So you just rolled another 3, and the penalty was still at -6. Clearly, you didn't press the right button. You need to hit the MAP -4 or -5, whichever one it is for you. Meaning, can you roll again with the correct...
yeah, you get a
Oh, right. The
mulligan.
second one. The second one is
yeah.
the MAP.
Second attack, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you get the penalty, you didn't... So you had to click the right
Gotcha.
button.
I feel good about this.
No.
Well, I mean, you still missed by 6, but it's not it wasn't a 3, it was an 8. You want to go for your third one? Say fuck it?
Do it. Do it.
Fuck it. She's just.
Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got.
Got this.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, and then that's gonna be the second, the -4. So. Nope.
No.
I haven't
This
done
one,
over a 10.
hold on.
I'm crazy.
This is your third attack. So you have your strike or your ranged attack. Then you have the first MAP. Then you have your second MAP. You rolled the second, or you rolled the first one. You have to roll the second one on your third attack. 1, 2, 3. That's the MAP -8 or 10.
Yeah, so it's MAP -10. Yeah, that's the one I rolled.
That's the one she rolled.
So it was
Oh,
+6,
oh, it is.
then
I'm so sorry.
+1,
Yeah, I see
and
it here.
then -4.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
mean, if you don't see it, she could do it again.
I mean, I love when players
No,
are like,
it's
no,
okay.
that's
It's
all right.
okay.
It's
No worries.
Unfortunately, you missed all 3 turns. Mercy, you're up, and then it goes.
Listen, at least you're learning now how badly it sucks when
Oh, it's
you
horrible.
don't know.
It's absolutely fucking horrible.
Okay.
Lucky
Okay,
Van
I-
and Belle who are just fucking like napping.
I know.
throughout
It's just like-
this.
we don't even know what
We have a
to do.
lot to catch them up.
I'm going to do I could do my void warp, right? That's what we decided.
yeah, it's a
The
cantrip.
Void warp will do it. All right, let's do it. Void warp.
All
it's
right.
a DC 14.
13 fails by 1.
Yes! Finally.
Nice.
I'll take a 6.
Yeah, that's the damage. So yes, now I understand what you were talking about. When you said attack, I wasn't thinking of casting a spell. I was thinking of you physically attacking.
Yeah.
So I see where the miscommunication was. So typically this would be considered negative damage, and therefore it would probably heal it or some shit like that. I'm not going to worry about that. You are a special kind of thing. You're a fey deal. So we're going to say
Yeah,
that it
you
does
are.
the damage. And 6
I'm a
points.
they deal.
Describe it. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that shit. You know what? The system is not even allowing it to take damage.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me...
That seems pretty homophobic, I'll be honest.
Honestly, fuck the system.
I'm not going. I am not. I swear to you that I am not adjusting anything. It only had 4 hit points left. You did it for 6.
Ooh, that's right.
You guys are
Alright,
out.
So I think what happens is she looks and she sees the arrow that keeps missing. They keep like going over her shoulders because like Dahlia's like missing them, and she catches one, and she like imbues it with void, and then like punctures the guy in the throat with it.
Oh.
That works. That
And then
fucking
I'm gonna
works.
give you the arrow back. I like step over the body. I step on the body
Yes.
like it stepped on me, and I'm not gonna forget that shit. And then I move over to you, and I'm like, "Here, you might want these arrows back."
It's yucky. No, I would. She wouldn't say anything. No, she would take it back. Yeah, she would probably like collect them back as well. Like after we go over and stab it with a stick to make sure it's dead.
Yeah, its lifeless body. I mean, it was already lifeless, but it just jitters. And then here's the creepy part. Unless you're gonna, do you want to do something with the body? Because you know, Delia,
Yes.
you know that the land is going to reclaim it.
Yeah. So, after I grab my arrow, I thank her for giving it back. I walk over to the body, stab it with the tip of the arrow just to make sure it's dead, and then look at them, and kind of like let out like a big sigh. We must cut its head off so that it doesn't come back. Somebody, here, I have a dagger. Somebody hold it. And if you guys help me out, I will use my dagger to kind of cut its head off. It's all nasty and it just kind of oozes and pussy. Yeah, but Dahlia's used to it. I'm yuckified, but Dahlia doesn't even bat an eye. She's so used to this.
Who's holding it down?
Okay.
I'll probably help hold it down.
I would want to above table. How do I? In my thinking, I have like a way I would like to dissipate the ghoul that I raised, like it's to send it back or to let it go. But I'll wait until this is over, so I'll hold with Mercy.
Okay.
Okay.
Mercy, you go pinning it down, and you swear you kind of feel it shrug its shoulder as the muscles are slowly becoming reanimated.
Oh, it's moving. Ugh.
Yes, we must do this quickly.
Okay.
And I go ahead, I cut its head off.
Yeah,
and I say,
it's almost like cutting jerky with a dull knife in some places, mixed in with like a viscera or like an ooze that comes out in between the layers of flesh. Finally, it goes, and Mercy, you can feel the lifelessness take over underhand, and it's done.
And then I look at her and here, let's cast it into the fire. You can never be too sure with these things. And I will go over and just throw the head into the flames.
So,
Yum.
as you do that, in order to seal the fate of this creature, the land also joins you. Its body, soil, begins to erupt as fingers come out. And if you are spending any time looking at them, it all happens like that. But you're spending your time looking at this thing. There are spectral claws of the land that wrap itself around the body and pull it back down. The head, meanwhile, with a sickening pop, the eyeball itself explodes a little bit. And
Sunny side up.
you can hear a little bit of a stirring in the wagon behind you. And then the other eyeball then pops, and you hear another stirring as if someone is turning violently in their sleep in the wagon.
Do you hear that? I'm gonna go check out the wagon.
Yes.
You do.
We kind of hurry over and open the wagon doors.
It's not as dark. It's still unnaturally dark inside. I mean, granted, there's no light in there, but when we're talking about the absence of light versus shadow, or what, it's almost like something is now returning. And you can see Vin turning around in his sleep. His back was to you before, and he turns back over, and you can see the dried ooze of his eyeballs just dry on his skin. And his eyes, you can see, are now moving under his lids as he dreams deeply.
I'm not looking at this, right? I'm elsewhere, so I do not see
That's up
this
to you.
yet.
I mean, you can see this if you want.
I mean, I'll call you over.
Yeah.
I want to, I'd like to think that after the combat, the ghoul has kind of knelt in front of Elias, who is standing, again, feeling reconnected to a sense of identity that he hasn't had in so long. And what he's going to do is, you see Elias kind of slowly kneel and meet the ghoul at where its eyes are. And he's going to stand the ghoul up And as the ghoul is standing in their eye level, he's going to say, thank you. He's going to run the back of his right hand across like the disgusting flesh of this thing.
He leans into it.
And he's going to snap. And you see what looks like maybe at first hundreds, if not thousands of these little light motes kind of encircling this ghoul. And there is this look of peace, of near almost vindication, as if this ghoul maybe had fallen in battle or it died in a way that left it unsatisfied, with some kind of almost fetter-like attachment to like the mortal coil. And after Elias snaps, the motes will dissipate the ghoul. And this is where he is now hearing the commotion that's happening in the cart.
And while you're hearing that commotion, you also get a feeling. That thing goes down into the ground. And now we pull back. Through Nordaga's two eyes in the sky, the two moons are often called her eyes after all, we can almost see where you are from far above, and the connection that you have to the land that was yours. You send the ghoul back to the ground, and then that vision comes down to the ground at your feet, and then going through the ground, a ripple of energy. We immediately start flying through forest and over mountain and through hill, through plains and valleys, until finally we come into a little bit of a clearing. There's a quick pause. The eyes turn. We can see your old manor house, and then it fades. You just did something to assist in the restoration of your connection to the land.
Let's fucking go!
Oh my god! Happy Pride!
In character, Elias is not someone that I think is very emotionally expressive, but he cries a tear at this. You see one silent tear, go down at like this feeling. As much as he holds resentment for the way that this country has treated him as an outsider and all of these things, there is this kind of inarguable beauty to this moment. And he is going to turn and then join the others as they have like opened up the door.
For those of you in the back of the wagon, you get the sense that a odd bit of fate had turned. You brought down something that had plagued Nordaga. And since Nordaga's in charge of everything around here, including the results of the fate deck, kind of restored something through your own actions. Vin's eyes opens up for a quick moment and then immediately rolls back over and goes to sleep.
Elias is going to sit on the edge of the bed and is going to put one hand on Vin's head, having now seen that he does, in fact, now not have melted ice cream ball eyes. And satisfied with Vin's safety, he is going to turn back to those of us who are awake. You know what, honestly, he's going to give Belle a look too, just to make sure Belle is kosher and is all right, and then he's going to turn back to the rest of the group.
Can you remind us, Delia, since you were the dealer on that, what had happened to Belle? Do you recall?
Shit. No, actually.
I'm trying to
It was
think.
the arm, it was the eyes, it was the unarmed, the improvised attack. Yeah, oh my
There was
gosh.
something they could do until the end of the day. They gained some kind of temporary boon. I remember it wasn't negative. It was a positive thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe they got, was it like bonus perception or something like that?
It was until sunrise. No, it was until sunset then the following day.
Oh, you could heal.
We will find out what exactly Belle can do.
Regeneration. Yeah, because the regeneration was also Vin.
There you go. With that, You kind of get the sense that nothing has changed on On's part. Nothing has changed on anyone else's part. Looks like that there could be more to do. More of a connection with the land should be established in order to undo these things. But Delia, I need from you, whichever is the better of the two, an esoteric lore or occultism.
All right. But yeah, I would have turned to as Elias was sitting next to Vin, kind of smile at him, and see, I told you he would be fine. The land doesn't take just to take. We have helped it, and it has helped us in turn. He's all right. We will all be all right. And I will roll esoteric lore.
Yeah,
Let's
give it to me.
Do it. Please.
18. That's good enough.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
With the connections that are being restored and the words that you just said, it seems like the right thing to have been said, but then you momentarily pause and kind of think about what you just said. That's not the way that Mütvia works, typically, or at least it's only in stories that kind of shit actually happens. The Fate deck it screws with people, particularly outsiders. It's always that, oh, you're going to come to Mütvia and you think that we will do this for you, and then everything, you get gold and you walk away and then you're fine? No. Draw a card. And then they feed into their greed and everything, and many times it punishes people. And they have to deal with that for the rest of their lives. It is one of the most frightening things in Mütvia. Something is amongst you that is allowing a reversal of fate. You recognize that.
Do I?
Yes. Yes.
Something is... Would that be like something I've heard like in stories, or like something that I've seen or experienced before? Recognize it how?
Like, what's the source? Oh, that's a great question. No stories have been told to you. It's always been explained, even by the Vrojiti, that the fate deck itself is always permanent. They never recover, and sometimes they get lucky and they use magic, whatever, and they, etc. You seem to recall a little bit of knowledge that in this neck of the woods, northern Mütvia, close to the Veiled Gate, which you know what that is. Out of game, do you know what the Veiled Gate is?
Yes.
Okay, good. You know that in this area there has been, sometimes things do act a little wonky around that, because it is a gateway for the dead to find peace. That even if murder occurs here, sometimes peace will be, it can go either way in this area, so it's a little bit sketchy. However, give me another esoteric lore roll.
Rolling.
Elias, since you now have... No. Oh, God, that was an 8. You rolled a 2. Elias.
Yeah, the other one was an 18.
There's no reason why you should know this, but I'm going to give it to you. Give me occultism.
I think I'm trained in occultism, no?
I'm going to check. I'm taking a look at your Hero Lab sheet because I see that some stuff is not there. Oh, dude, you've got stuff on the sheet which is absolutely not in Foundry. So in occultism, you should be trained in it. You can change that. Let's make sure that that shit happens. Why the fuck can't I click on you? There we go. And let me make sure you have that. Occultism trained. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead and click the... Yeah, roll for occultism.
It's not rolling, right? It is, and I'm not seeing it. I'm clicking the little D20. Oh, there we go. There it is.
There we are.
14.
Which is giving me enough. Delia, can you describe how or what it is that you're doing as you ponder these thoughts?
What I'm doing, physically?
Yeah, well, what do they see you doing? Because what I'm doing is I'm asking you for clues of how you two might be able to aid each other in this action.
I think I would have gone to sit at, so the wagon doors are open,
Yeah.
right? Elias is inside kneeling next to Vin and Belle, kind of, he was checking up on them. I'm sitting on the edge of the wagon, so I had looked back at him and told him what I said, and then I'm kind of looking out, and the way the wagon is it's facing into the forest and into the road.
Yeah.
So I can see the forest and the road and just kind of like the open sky. As I'm really, she's just kind of thinking about more so like, why now? Like, why was she given the fate deck now? Like, did this kind of happening to us tonight, or this thing coming here, have anything to do? Would it have come if they hadn't been all here, if she hadn't gotten that fate deck and made them pull from it, right?
So you rolled an 8. That would be a
The second time, yes.
yeah. That's a critical fail for this.
Oh no.
Now,
That's my
it's just
second
Lord.
one in one
No,
game.
no, it's okay because, well, you know what? I'm not going to say it's okay. That's for you to determine. What I will describe as this. You have no knowledge of exactly why this could be happening. You don't know. But something did just occur to you that is very unlikely. You look over at Elias as if to, like what have you. You don't know. You're unsure. You give some kind of lack of confidence, the body language or something along those lines. Elias, you have this thought in your head that's kind of going around. You felt a connection. Maybe that's still lingering somewhere in your head. And between the two of you, Mercy, where are you?
I have been sort of like figuring out how I work. So I've been watching like the body, like the where it was and how it left, and kind of like looking at my own body and just figuring out how life and death are woven together.
How
in
far
this
away?
world.
How far away would you say you are from these two?
I'm still where the body was, and I think where are they? The wagon?
They're at the back of the
Yeah.
wagon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like right here. I'm right nearby.
Okay, so here,
So
let me-
maybe
let me go to
5
the map.
feet in front of me.
Okay, and Elias, where are you? You're like 7, 8 feet away from the wagon, or you're in the wagon, right?
He's inside the wagon.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I have not been. I've been like
No, you're
soaked
good.
in the role play and not moving the token
You're
at
good.
all.
Don't worry about it. We'll just say that you are. I can't move you. You can.
Okay, I am hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
There we go.
And
Oops.
yeah, where are you?
I
There you
placed
go.
myself. There you go.
So everyone, all right,
just had it
everyone,
loaded.
sweet. Mercy, let's turn to you for a second there. You just came out of a creature several hours ago that was never a part of this land. You felt something inside of you that was heavy, like a life had been taken unjustly. And you realize the flesh suit that you had been wearing and that you grew up in, that undead creature, had a past. You tap into that just for a quick second, and then a flash, and another one. And then you can see well, you remember what I described? Where the moon's gaze down upon this area? Mm-hmm. That wasn't anyone's vision. That's what you saw happen. You rode the mind of the land very briefly, and you understood that there was a connection to be had. You can see that it kind of tapped in with Elias. But then you understood that there was a combination here. A Drosti and a noble working together. I'm going to ask you one question. As far as your character's origins, understanding fully you come from the void, you grew like a seed inside of an undead creature, your body formed inside of it like a parasite, and then you came out like a chest burster. You don't necessarily know where you come from other than the void. But let's talk about your host. What class was your host?
My host was a mage.
Commoner?
Yes.
And that is when you, Delia, realize something. There's a noble, a commoner, and a Drosti here all working together. A connection is formed. You begin piecing it together. Using knowledge that nobles would typically have tied in with your knowledge of the land and those who actually work the land, the commoners themselves, you can hear a distant bell ring. It's the kind of bell that comes from abbeys or monasteries. You don't know of any place around here, but you know that it does exist. And from in there, some kind of a truth will be discovered. That information comes to you through the link between the noble and you through Mercy. Mercy, your mind goes disconnects.
Oh,
Was good. I gotta
juicy. Real
Very well done.
juicy.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear the bell.
Yes.
Like just mentally, not actually a physical bell. That sounded right.
That's a good, yeah. Yeah, we can say that. Yeah.
Just double checking.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's fine. As far as you know, it's just in your head.
It's interesting.
So it just disconnects.
You feel, yeah, you had like this, like, what the fuck is that? And then it's gone. But you felt all of that and you were able to pass that information along to everyone else.
Yeah, when you said disconnect, I was like, did I fucking die again?
No.
Oh, God, chat. I'm like, Lord Ginbu.
Yeah, so I will kind of like relay what I said, what I saw back to the two, and kind of like say to Elias, I felt like you were seeing this too, like I was in your vision, and then also your vision, Delia, with your connection to the land, but also a vision not of anyone here, but what once was, like somebody else.
Yes,
I think,
I saw it too. Did you?
yeah, I think I've been here long enough to realize that this may not have been as much of a chance meeting as we thought it was.
Hardly anything is really chance here. For better or for worse.
The peace of the night left you, or excuse me, entered into this area maybe 15 minutes ago, and you start hearing crickets and the threat of thunder once again.
The noises are back.
Yeah, that's thunder. Deli, you would see, I think, Elias, when you were just made that comment about the fates, he looked at you without skepticism for the first time, without like any cynicism or any of that, but almost this curiosity. You see that you would feel that he seems to be taking what you have said about the fates for the past couple of hours a lot more seriously, or that you would get that vibe. I feel like Delia would pick up on that.
I know you dislike the land. But that is not a reason to, I guess, dislike those like me that live on it and off of it. And I suggest you are a little more careful at voicing your distaste. The land has ears, you know. I know you know.
I think you might be onto something there.
You feel her words. Here. The land has ears. Your own ears, all three of you. With that, the howl of a wolf cry out in the night that rides on the echoes of her own words, as if the land itself were confirming.
Elias pulls the covers up on Vin where he's been kneeling down and is going to stand up and exit the wagon.
As soon as your foot hits dirt, it doesn't feel the same. You now feel a rise up through your foot. It just resides in your soul, in the sole of your foot. It doesn't go beyond that. But even through your thick-soled boot, you feel the land under you, as if it's just trying to reach out to you.
So spiritually, this is paradigm shifting is what I'm hearing from you. There's something that has shifted sounds like permanently from this.
Exactly. It seems like the connection that you began to establish, you're at maybe 0.5% complete.
Got it. Any connection, I think, would be...
There you go, yeah. It may be a long time before you derive at bonuses from it, but you are aware that the connection is now there, which is a hell of a lot more than you've had in the past 6 months.
Elias is going to find a space. I can actually just move him. He's going to move up next to Marmalade, the horse.
That's awesome.
And Elias is weeping. And he moved himself from the side of the group. His pride is way too high to be this vulnerable, particularly in front of people that he has just met. I don't think he would cry in front of Vin like this, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. But he is weeping in that way that is silent and kind of all-consuming and physical and breathless and guttural. And he is doing his best to hold in the sounds. And yeah, he is at this point leaned up against Marmalade, trying to compose himself before rejoining the group.
I feel like because I can I have sense, so I can hear like a pin drop within 30 feet. I feel like upon kind of like you don't know she can hear you. You're not even thinking about that, mm-hmm. right? Especially with the rain and the thunder. I would get off of the back of the wagon and go over to Mercy. So, I don't believe you had any wine yesterday. Come, let's sit by the fire a little. The wine will help you sleep.
Is wine medicine?
Sometimes. It'll help you feel better. Especially after tonight. And then I'll kind of usher her over to sit with me so that she doesn't kind of wander about and accidentally go over to Aetherius. So I'm trying to guarantee him some privacy, essentially.
Delia,
by keeping her occupied.
Delia, as you sit, the fire's there. And Mercy, are you joining? Sitting down?
Yeah, I moved my token.
Cool. Delia, when you go to sit and you're staring at a campfire, This is all part of your life. This is simply part of the road. This thing represents warmth and safety and light. It is a constant reminder that the darkness is always encroaching, but instead the fire pushes it back. And you're reminded very much of life. And you look over to your right, where Mercy is. And here you can see death reborn. It's different. It's a different vibe. There's a pulse of life, however. It's so small. No undead creature has ever had any kind of a mote of life in it. And yet, this thing which has emerged from it is thinking, is sentient, is feeling, and you recognize that it is as much a part of the land as anything else. Mercy is life come back from death. No. No. That doesn't track. You rethink it. Give me an esoteric lore with advantage.
Let's go. All right, I'm gonna put some good juju into this because man, my rolls have been so bad.
Since Mercy, since you are part of that, you can roll occultism in order to aid if you wish.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not going to roll anything, but I think Elias is going to strategically use the
think that's a
rain
nat
as
20.
cover for crying.
Okay.
Yeah,
You got it.
What'd you get?
Hey, see?
I'm not even.
It was all building up to this.
we're coming back.
You
Nat
found all
20.
the facts.
So not only that, but also there is a connection there between you two. The rain is like obscuring footsteps that come up behind Mercy, but you instinctively know that the three of you in that moment are exactly what Mütvia is. You can almost hear your ancestors, Delia, calling out to you through the power of blood, reaching out to you over vast centuries that they have been here in Mütvia. And there's a connection of this land to each of the ones that are here, who might otherwise be considered foreigners or outsiders. But you, as an agent of the land, you understand exactly what has happened here. The concept of Mütvia Registoi is always one of community. And you are looking at your kin. You feel a new family in the two that are there, and the two that are in the wagon. And while they may not be of blood, you, of all here, understand the power of spirit. And that is where you are kin. You are all Mütvia. And this is where we will pick it up next week.
Yay.
Oh, so sweet. Yay. No one died. No one died. We came very close a few times, Mercy, but you're still amongst us.
Let's see. Do we have anyone that we can raid before we call it quits for tonight? Who do we have?
Yeah, we're gonna raid 2B Diced ADV. All one word, TOBEDICEDADV.
Okay, cool. What are
Yeah.
they doing right now?
They are playing Edge of the Empire. It is, I think it's a Star Wars. I don't know what it is, but it's tabletop RPGs, and it looks like they're having fun.
Good.
So we're gonna go.
And that's all that matters.
And we like to raid down, so we want to boost small streams and small communities and bring them up to levels beyond us. So that's what we're doing.
Fuck yeah. So all 17 are going on over there. Before we go, I want to say thank you so much to all the Patreon folks at patreon.com/Evandale. You literally have been keeping the lights on. For those of you that have been throwing bits and subs here in the past and today, thank you so much for also keeping everything alive. I want to say hi to BL Karts. Thank you so much for saying goodnight. Amp as well. Fantastic session. Thank you. Yuri, who the hell is that person? We have Folk and Myth saying, great game, you're all so good. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, guys, for hanging out. This has been Mütvia, and to everyone here, Mütvia Registoi. We'll see you guys next time. Stay adorable.
Bye.
Raid is out, and we are done.
Yes.
Congratulations, guys.
Yay!
So, very first check-in, as always, how are we?
Good.
I need to see thumbs.
good.
I need to see thumbs in frame. Okay, good. Awesome. Any questions, comments, or concerns about tonight?
That was
No,
such
that was
a
fun.
wholesome ending.
Loved it.
Yeah, I
love
think
it. And I feel like it's going to get used against us to rip us apart later.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I was really emotionally affected by the mention of the sister, like both as Elias and as Aetherius. I thought that was really effective. I love when my backstory is weaponized against me. I'm very much like, it's so good.
So good.
But no, I thought that was great. I was a little worried because I'm like unmedicated, uncaffeinated. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep.
That's all of us.
But we made it. I had, and honestly, I will say this. I really benefited from Steve, that little session that we had when we walked through the Oracle and kind of just a lot of the more like mechanical bases, and it made it easier for me to like figure out how can I find ways to like enrich the story through that instead of just using it for crunch or as a way to beat a fighter, etc. Like how can I bring out more narratively compelling elements through using the character sheet? And it's probably the most I've used a character sheet in a long time. Definitely the most I've used it in an AP in some time.
Yeah, that is what Pathfinder is. It is a crunchy system. The beautiful part about it is, though, that the character sheet will begin to fade as you understand the ins and outs of your character. The sheet itself should never be the true parameters of what your character is capable of doing. I ask that players rely on their own ingenuity for that. And when you run out of ideas, then refer to the character sheet, and then you can make rolls, which is why I tell you, don't roll. Don't roll unless I ask you to, because for the most part, I'm going to be relying on you, the player. It is a role-playing game, ROLE, and I go by that like religiously. So character sheets will be secondary to this, but yes, in the beginning, it is 100% crunchy.
Yeah, it's really fun. That and also like as we become a lot more familiar with kind of like the character itself, that is going to influence like what's on the sheet so
Yeah, absolutely. I have been known to I don't mind handing out experience points. Sometimes I go by milestone, which is to say that you guys level when it is appropriate or necessary for the next encounter. Other times I'll just be handing out experience points to kind of get a gauge as to where we are in terms of advancement. Typically, it's about every 4 to 5 sessions or so that you guys gain a level. So you're on session 2, right? So you figure in like 3 sessions or so on average. However, if you have a particularly brilliant idea and it fucking sings from your character's perspective and just works so well, I have no problem whatsoever giving you like a permanent advantage or a permanent plus in whatever it is that you were doing. So it's all about character growth and really like risking it for the best just to see what you can do. And that's all in your own ingenuity that fuels that engine.
I want to make sure I didn't desecrate any Mutvian lore.
No, you are. I'm gonna put the kibosh on any such notion. You are not the first person to have worried whether or not this world has room to grow, or I don't want to step on the toes of the. Fuck that. The only reason why the world is as well developed as it is because people like you have been playing in it for 40 fucking years. So please understand that you are the next evolution of the world, and if you don't play your role in it, then the world will never grow. So please do take part in that and help develop the lore. If something doesn't jive, you'll know, but I'm going to not really lean into no, it doesn't quite work. I want to see where you guys go, and I'm learning that from Aaron as a fantastic storyteller in the VTM systems. Just fucking go with it and see what happens, and see how the players will transform the world. So make all that shit happen.
Yeah, I feel like it's so funny because my character, I think, is the only one that doesn't have any actual spells, like none. I can't like, and I think that's so funny because my superpower is literally making shit up.
Yeah.
Like that is what that is like the thaumaturge, like
love
the
it.
class. Yeah, like the class that I chose. Like the feat that I mentioned at the beginning, the vulnerability one, and the where I can like make up, like that is my literal power, is to make something up if I can't figure it out.
So
So I think
good.
that is so funny.
That's so
And, like
cool.
everybody else has real spells, and I'm just over here just making shit up.
Yeah, but bro, you're also fucking like your shit is the reason why they are in shit. So it's like your non-magic is the thing that's literally affecting the fucking world. So
Which is
I just
cool
thought
as
that
fuck.
was so funny.
Truly.
Just
one-
too funny.
one thing that I do want to say, the bell rang for a reason. That was not an ad hoc thing. That bell, it was like, imagine a big old brass bell like this big, right? Like as big as your torso. It's that. Clang! You heard that thing ring through. The only way I can put it is it rang through the spirit world. So carry that knowledge because you may end up hearing it again. So that's the DM drop of the night. So a little clip, all right?
Yeah, we're gonna put a pin on that
Right.
one, literally.
I feel like we
Get
definitely
married.
have to communicate that to An, right? Because Belle is named for the sound that she heard from underground. You know?
I feel like
Ah.
like when we're together, like if we happen to hear it again, we would tell them like, "Oh, we've heard that
Yes,
before."
yeah, exactly,
so you
which
guys
is why
won't sleep.
Yep, and that's why I'm
Yeah.
dropping this again. Yeah.
I can't wait to. I'm gonna go and clip all of the moments where I took care of Chris tonight and be like, look,
Send it to him.
Look at what
how much I
did
had
for
your
you.
back.
Right?
Okay?
What the fuck?
So
Yes,
cute.
dude. All right.
Happy fucking Pride, okay?
Yes, for real. I stroked your hair while your eyeballs were melted.
Like,
Okay.
so vulnerable, okay?
That's vulnerability.
Oh man, that's awesome. That is so fucking
So
cool.
fun.
All righty, gang.
Sweet. Well, I cannot wait. I will see you guys next week. I'm excited.
See you next week.
Excited and horrified.
Thank
Yay.
Take care, guys.